Y'all think I be playing, bro? Dude. Now that we get it together, bro, let's drip this bitch naked together. And I'm saying solid shaboing boing. Smitty, I know you're not tapped into these websites yet, bro. Come on now, shaboing boing alive. Come on now.
Lazy.
This is the worst idea we've ever. Yo, this is the worst idea we ever had.
We're gonna get Grizzlies to the F slur today. I feel it.
No. That's not even in the vocab twin. You might catch a couple hard R's. Hey, you might bring out the Sophie in me.
Bro, I called Grizzy the N-word in a YouTube video and uploaded it. Like, what are we talking about?
You didn't call me the N-word. You just said up you're fucking black.
Yikes. No,
I didn't play the clip. I didn't play the clip.
Fair, square, using the game. You're a square. You're fucking black.
What?
He's trying to rip his tooth out. Bro.
Yeah, what's he doing?
He's trying to get the bugs out of his teeth right now. He's on it.
Grizzy, I hate doing this. Because I
Because
don't know if you got up or not. But have you...
No, go ahead. Good play.
Raise your inhibition, feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you. Only you can let it in. No one else is beautiful on your skin.
This is not DDP, bro. I'll be honest.
This is not DDP.
Oh!
Fuck out of here, dog.
Oh my god, bro. Oh my god, bro. It was just a joke, bro. Can't take a joke.
Nah, shit ain't funny, bro.
All right, I'm gonna go fight 4 creepers at the same time. Let's get it, though.
I like you.
Yeah, blow up. Blow
I
up.
feel like I'm about to find diamonds.
This fire. Like, subscribe, turn up.
Look, chicken jockey! Dry shield!
It's okay.
He's gonna walk by a creep, motherfucker.
Fucking kill him.
He beat ass. Wait, kill him.
Kill him.
Wait, hello?
It's fucking hitbox. He dropped a compass. Wait, no, he dropped a music disc. Lava chicken.
No way.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
If I hear fucking Jack Black, I'm exiting the game, bro.
No,
There's no way that stupid ass song plays, bro.
Okay, wait. Hey, put the music box down. Right here. Yeah, ready?
Yeah.
Put 2 there.
Yeah.
What box?
Yeah, that's fucking.
Why?
I was looking for a sample.
That's an antique.
Let me sample it.
That's lava. We put it in the lava. This is who I am. I'm a lumberjack. You guys are gonna come back on biggest fucking beard. Well, I mean, we literally have pearls already. All we need is just blaze rods.
Oh, I see diamonds.
And Pezzy found them. Holy shit! This might be. This is a new age.
He's doing
this is a
his
new
thing,
era.
Oh.
What? Yeah, bro, it's been real.
That's so cool, dude. I love that happening.
What's up, Turtle? Bro, I wish I could ride this guy. That'd be so cool. No, you got it breakdancing.
Shit, deep dick potential.
They might intertwine. They might intertwine. I like what I'm seeing. I like what I'm seeing. It goes deep. I know.
It's like crazy.
Yeah. Don't just give
You're useless. Get out of here. Can't have a job. You deserve to fucking die.
How do you still have these fucking jobs?
Wait, what?
What?
Fire away.
Why?
Fire away.
Wait, why? You killed a villager? Wait, that matters?
Yes, if you kill a villager, it pisses off the Iron Golem.
Since when?
That's been in
forever.
vanilla since like.
We died. It's over. Oh my god, we're here. All right. Keep everything on the hot bar.
We don't need to go in. We just need to break the crystals and shoot the dragon. That's literally it. Let's do it. Let's go.
Let's fucking do this.
Let's finally end this fucking series.
Let's just start destroying the shit.
I'm destroying. I'm already going. I'm already going, bro.
Oh, y'all are in there.
I'm already destroying all the crystals. All right, we can just kill it.
All of them?
Yeah, we just kill it.
Yeah, you cannot shoot it while it's perching.
So
it's
far
going to
up
fly
now,
at someone the moment it's done.
Well, I don't think you understand. I got a plan here, bro. This is a foolproof plan.
Shoot it. I got like shoot it while it's low. Shoot it while low.
Just keep shooting.
Yeah, keep shooting now. Hold your shit. Spread out. Keep running. Keep running. We kill it. We kill it here. We kill it here.
Shoot it! Throw your shit at it, Grizzly!
Oh my god! Get me off this game!
Get in the portal!
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Wow, bro.
Finally.
It's done. It's done.
It's over.
We can stop.
We actually did it.
stop
We
playing.
can stop playing.
We are unshackled. We're no longer prisoned.
We can go back to other uploads on the channel.
I'm disabled, bro. I now have the power to bypass every line, park closest, get special treatment. Grown ass man being pushed around, die from embarrassment. I'm like, you know, let me stand up. Let me just start walking.
And then you fall.
So the night's amazing. We're drinking, right? We're at the bars. The vibes are up. Let's go to the Boston Park. Oh, we go there drunk.
God.
First, we do the slides, and I'm going down the slide. I'm like, yeah, it's just fun and all, but it's not that fun. The famous Boston Park, where the police officer went down and ate. We go there, I see a bunch of people on this like, it's like a rotating monkey bar, and people are hanging on to it, and they're being pushed around, and it looks like a lot of fun. I'm like, bro, I got that. I'm like, that's me. I'm like, I've been working out. I'm gonna put my strength to use. I'm like, if I fall, I'll be okay. So I climb it, right? I grab onto it. And I'm like, all right, guys, push me. I am going fast. It felt like I was about to get launched to the moon. I'm like, holy sh! I let go, and I'm like, should I just let my body fall, or should I try landing it like a superhero? And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna land this shit. Oh my god. He was the first person to approach me. He was in like full father mode, bro. Are you okay? Are you good? Are you good? Get up, get up, get up. And I'm like, I'm fine, I'm fine. As soon as I get up, I'm like, yo, I felt the bones in my ankle move. Because I went to the urgent care and I was like, yo, I need x-rays. I'm pretty sure my shit's broken. They're like, okay. And the x-rays come back to me. They're like, so we can't see your bone. I'm like, what? What? Did it just leave? They're like, your foot's kind of too swollen. Dude, my foot was fat. I'm texting my mom, my family, everybody.
We ran into another person at the airport that Kayla knew, and they're like, oh yeah, I sprained my ankle in the Boston Park. This fucking place is a death trap.
I went to, at the urgent care, I told her the nurse's story was so embarrassing. And she's like, oh yeah, they opened up a whole new urgent care because of people like you that go to the park and get injured.
Did you get sent there?
No.
Like, hey, bro, we don't take dumbasses here.
Like,
Yeah, you gotta get the hell
what?
out
No,
of here.
that's for that hospital.
Yeah.
It's like Weenie Hut Juniors and then Super Weenie Hut Juniors.
Dude, you should
There you
look
go.
up like the differences in or English words and like the UK
recording.
words and
Yeah, they spell
American.
things differently over there.
Well, not even that. They say everything differently.
Yeah, like aluminium.
Like they don't say trash. They're like, oh, the
Rubbish?
bin,
Oh yeah, they say, oh,
rubbish.
Hello. Actually, I'm going to turn off that light. Be right back. Oh. Guess who's back? Back again. Again. All right. See the light of God shining up at me. Oh boy. Just making sure everything is okay. Let's see. How's it going? It's going good. Guess you're not in school, huh? Hold on, give me 1 second. Just gotta make sure the Twitch is working correctly. Hello, Delta Gamer. Alright. Also ignore that. It's yeah. Okay. Just double checking everything is good. Looking very good. Very good. Alright. I think we're gonna just make some thumbnail art. Not gonna be too long of a stream.
Yes. You heard one earlier, but not right now. You heard a cat meow earlier? Are you fucking... Why didn't you say anything? Why do I hear it right now? Cat.
So I think we've got. You think?
No shit. I hate that you're in the creakiest fucking chair known to man, and then you keep shifting back and forth, and you keep saying it's just a cat. You sick fuck.
Let me make sure everything's going good and whatnot. All right.
Through the floorboard. Just ripping it up. Yeah, I really like it either, Nick.
Let me think.
I don't like that.
Right.
I tell you it's dead. I don't like that.
It's 12:43 for you.
Alright. The bath game.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Formerly known as a Rumasan.
What the fuck does that mean? Holy shit.
That's a little weird though.
It's lunchtime for you. Well, actually, the end of lunchtime.
Aruba, Jamaica.
What do you think?
Daruma is Islamic?
No, it is in Dash.
This is an Islamic bath game?
No.
Are you fucking?
Alright, we're just
I can barely see your face, you cocksucker. I'm telling you.
You're freaking out right now.
He just all I see in the dark is just. What? I'm just looking. You're smiling at me.
Bath game, formerly known as Daruma-sen, is an old game surrounding a ghost from a bathtub that follows you all day. Playing Daruma-sen can result in bad things happening to you, even death.
That's kind of fun. It's like it's not even. You might not even get killed, but it's like it could.
It could. You never know.
Yeah.
Things that you will need. Bathroom and bathtub.
I just figured it.
You're not at school, are in, huh?
Before you go to bed, take off all your clothes.
All right.
Step 2. Enter the bathroom, fill up the bathtub, and turn out all the lights. Step 3. Sit in the middle of the tub while facing
I figured as much. Schools usually get up around, what, 2, 3 o'clock?
To repeat these words.
No, 3 or 4 o'clock.
So it looks like the Daruma doll is a traditional Japanese hollow round paper mache doll.
Nick, why'd you say it was Islamic?
It's the founder of Zen Buddhism.
That's my go-to. Did you say that's
Alright. Alright. Let's get this. I'm gonna just start a quick goal. 65. All colors. We'll just do.
I saw someone comment
however
on
much.
I'll
say.
Step 4. Do not stop repeating this until you finish washing your hair. Your eyes must remain shut. Step 5. As you wash your hair, you will picture a Japanese woman standing in the bathtub. You will
Alright.
slip and fall into a rusty tap, gouging her eye out.
Let me see. You're at your friend's house? Alright. Tell him I said hi, I guess.
Do not turn around or peek. You will finally summon the ghost.
I think we just have.
Presence as she emerges out of the bathroom.
Truth.
Ask out loud.
Or.
Why did you fall in the bathtub?
Step 7. The way you said that was very accusatory. You know, idiot. Step 7. You can finally get out of the bathtub and make sure your eyes remain shut. Make sure not to slip or trip as you get out of the bath. Not drain the water until the next morning. Step 8. Shut the door behind you. It's now safe to open your eyes. Keep the water in the bathtub until morning. Do not turn any lights on. Go to bed. The woman is a ghostly figure that will follow you all day. She wears tattered and stained white clothes with black hair. She has only one eye. Her left eye is wide open and bloodshot. Her right eye is missing, leaving a bloody hollow eye socket. When you wake up in the morning, the game will begin. Your day will begin normal until you feel the presence of a one-eyed woman glancing over your right shoulder. When you turn around, she will not be there. She will get closer and closer as your day goes on. Do not let her catch you. If the one-eyed woman's getting too close, you should shout, "Come here," which means stop, then run away fast. This will put distance between you and the woman. You must end this game before midnight, or else she will keep stalking you and appear in your dreams to kill you. To end the game, you must catch a glimpse of the one-eyed woman and shout, "Kira," which means
I cut you loose,
while swinging your arm in a choppy motion. The game will end. One-eyed woman won't follow you anymore.
How's it going? It's going good. It's a bit of a slow weekend.
Rule number 2.
But, or not weekend, but slow week.
Rule number 3. Do not re-enter the bathroom after you leave. Rule number 4.
Trying to get ahead of my schedule and whatnot. Or at the very least, just trying to get back into a routine. Been going to the gym a lot more, which is nice. Been trying to keep my...
Fucking Japanese game that is, huh?
Well, I mean, yeah, the idea is like touch the supernatural and like
there's no fucking touching. You basically make a Japanese pirate that follows you around all day.
You know who it would have?
Actually, no.
Do you believe in nightmares, Miss Swanson? Guys, you're in one. Guys, you're in one, Miss Swanson.
When you put it like that.
Also, this literally does
Alright.
a pervert fantasy of like. Also, be sure to take your clothes off,
Ugh.
wash your hair very rapidly, but don't open your eyes. And then also, don't drain the water till morning. What the fuck do you think they're doing with that water?
I think the implication is you're mimicking the steps of the woman.
If you're hearing,
He was taking a shower and fell and died, and the water stayed until someone found him the next morning.
if you hear somebody, drinking the bathtub water with a straw, don't look.
It kind of
Then yell, Toriyama. It's Akira Toriyama.
There's one face, an image that gets passed around a lot online as a scary image that I think might actually be related to this story. Yeah, I can't find the image right now. I was just pulling up like stuff from the garage because I'm looking for. But there's this image that goes around online that I think only has one eye. I think might have come from this, but the image is often detached from the story. If I can find it in post, we'll show it. But I think that stories like this are for people that I can see it working with a narrative like the character we just read about in our last story, Ad Infinitum, where it's someone who is at the end of the rope, needs to change something, and it's like, what have I got to lose, kind of thing, right? I could see them doing a game like this to touch the other side, to see what's beyond the veil, sort of.
When I said look over to your right shoulder, I fucking did it, and I scared the fuck out of myself.
What'd you look at?
I looked at, well, there's a silver eyes. It scared me.
Alright.
But anyway, we can go on.
All right.
But what do you think of the ritual games? I mean, they're not really narratives.
Who the fuck I mean, I like the idea because it's just like this was like fan fiction before the internet to me. This is what those kinds of people did before the internet existed. or whatever. So people with passion. I just mean like it's just people being like, "Isn't this cool?" Like that kind of thing. And it's whatever that mindset is. It doesn't make a lot of sense what I'm saying. But
Urban legend?
Not even urban legends. They're just saying like that kind of person that would be like you know, like someone who's like obsessed with what's a popular show?
Supernatural.
Really? Really? Why don't you just say monk while you're at it, dude? You know, never fucking monk. I don't know. It's fun. They're fun. But at the same time, I'm just like, what kind of fucking psychopath would do this, dude? God, Supernatural. Shut the fuck. I've never heard you once say that before. What's a popular show? Supernatural.
Hey, you want to know some horrible information? Would it surprise you to know I used to be super into Supernatural?
It's a good show. I'm not saying that the show is not good. It's just a funny thing to read. Like you could have said The Sopranos or anything. Like I don't know.
Anything that isn't Supernatural.
All right. Well, should we get into Empty Prison?
Yeah.
Let's start actually reading the story.
Let's head on to the. That's a little rude to say that.
How long have we been recording so far?
24 minutes.
Oh my God, half an hour. We haven't read one story.
We've read two. Thank you very much. That's not how.
You've basically heard me have a seizure, and then I got tripped up over a Japanese pirate. Also, once again, I feel like I hear something in the hole, and I cannot stress that enough.
You're probably hearing my foot because there's like dirt where I am.
I don't.
Anyway.
Trevor's trying to calm your nerves. You are directly in line with the hole.
Why would you say that? Why would you say that? It's so cruel. Yeah, that should be the follow-up. Supernatural. Your eyes right in front of the hole. Supernatural.
I want to take a moment to thank today's sponsor, Cash App. Cash App is here to work for you so that you can earn more money and then spend it on what you want to spend it on. That means more money in your pocket and maybe more books on your shelf or more movies in the cabinet or whatever God the Earth Hunter spends his money on. Cash App can do way more than you think and make your money work for you. If you direct deposit at least $300 in paychecks each month and use a Cash App card for purchases, you can earn interest on your savings. No minimum fees, no minimum balance requirements. Spending money can help you save money. Also, you can hit your savings goals even faster by turning on roundups on your Cash App card. With roundups, every purchase you make is rounded up to the nearest dollar, and that remainder amount is put back into your savings. And as mentioned, those savings can earn you money when you use a Cash App card. So for just a few cents that you probably don't even think about at the time of purchase, it can work for you over time. Don't let your money just sit around and gather dust. Make it work for you. Take advantage of interest savings on Cash App today. And now's the perfect time because new Cash App customers can earn $10 if they use code CashApp10 in their profile at sign up and send $5 to a friend within 14 days. Terms apply. That's right, just head to the link in the description and use code CashApp10, and if you were going to send $5 to someone anyway, might as well get $10 back for it. Cash App is a financial service platform, not a bank. Cash App uses Debit Flex Cards to deposit money from the FCC.
We don't have snacks. Sorry to hear that.
Thank you to Cash App for sponsoring the show. Their link will be in the description. We are back to the episode.
Support for today's episode comes from Square, a system that fixes one of the biggest headaches in running a business. Starting a business is exciting, but running it can be complicated. Juggling payments, inventory, staff scheduling, online orders, reports. Square brings all that into one place. No matter the business, Square helps things go smoothly. I love going to coffee shops and restaurants that use Square because it makes everything go smoothly. The process is quick and streamlined, and it means I'm never waiting too long for my order. In my personal use, I like using Square when I'm boothing at cons, and you can preload the items with their prices so everything is a quick tap away. Plus with Square, you get real-time reports on what you're selling to easily track growth and identify when you need a restock on fan favorites. With Square, there's 3 clever plans and never any hidden fees. If you're starting a business or running one that deserves better tools, Square helps you sell, message, and grow without slowing down. Right now, you can get $200 off Square hardware at square.com/GP/creepcast. That's SQARE.com/GO/creepcast. Run your business smarter with Square. Get started today.
All right, Empty Prison?
Yeah.
Let's do it. By M59Gar.
Yes. So do you remember what story of his we've read before?
No, dude. No. Of course not. What are you talking about?
You want to guess?
M59Gar?
Yeah, we liked it. We liked it a lot.
Can you give me a hint of what it was?
It's in a basement.
No, it wasn't. Is that really? Is it a basement story?
Kind of. It's about a recluse.
Is it the one where it's the guy who's stuck in his apartment or whatever?
Not the one we read recently about the pill that keeps him away.
No. I'm talking about the one where it's like a guy's isolated and he's like looking through a little hole.
Yeah, and he thinks that everyone's been turned into aliens.
Yeah, okay.
Yep, that's him. Psychosis is the name.
Psychosis, there you go.
So
You got scared.
Gar wrote that. He's read a bunch of other stuff too. After we read Psychosis for Creepcast, a bunch of people recommended this one as a follow-up.
Among Us.
Among Us?
You said Among Us? Is that still popular?
Nothing would make me happier.
Could that get you pussy now? You think? Like
nothing would make me happier than if something
like a retro meme.
If something flew out of that fence at 100 miles an hour directly into you.
I don't think so. Among Us. Cool.
I bet you anything people are gonna be like. I bet you there's. If you're a good enough looking guy and you're going to like a 28-year-old girl, you probably could say Among Us.
I see.
All right.
It's probably true.
Yeah, they probably think you're saying
It's ironic. What do you think?
Among Us?
You're horrible. You're Among Us? Supernatural? They probably think you're saying Among Us. Oh, please fuck me.
Okay.
Please,
Damn fly here.
Among Us? Is that
Go.
have you unironically said Among Us to a girl before?
No.
That sounded
I don't like
so.
the level of detail he had with that. Me never.
Me?
This guy. I'm just a little guy.
What are you looking up?
I'm looking just like a bunch of. I'm trying to find this one image.
God, can we read an Empty Prison?
Is this freaking you out?
No, none of those are real. Just gay porn. He's on ass juice. What do you think about that?
Nice, dude.
Go on.
Yeah,
All right.
being
Some things
teacher.
are pretty good.
An empty prison. But what's the actual name of Matt Demirsky? Matt Demirsky's an empty prison.
Matt Demirsky. Sounds like a hockey player.
A single day added onto my sentence meant the difference between a normal jail and an unending nightmare.
Hold on a second. Nick, what are you doing? You little goblin. He's fucking getting her up. Why are you going to the gate?
I was checking on the camera.
Okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
Nick just stands up randomly and walks up to the
No, he sat there. Here, hold this right there. He literally sat there. I sit there and I look at it. He's just like. He like crawls off. It's the fucking scariest thing. And he's in the creakiest, oldest Polish chair they could find.
on something that's been well established as a demonic summoning sigil.
Hello, Georgie. All right, empty prison. Come on, let's get it.
Yeah.
Mess around, seriously.
A single day added onto my sentence meant the difference between a normal jail and the unending nightmare of him being in prison. I was supposed to get 364 days. That was the deal. The judge didn't like my attitude, whatever the hell that meant, so he made it 365. Boom. 1 year was the minimum for prison.
Alright.
My lawyer made a
Let's get the
statement
background.
that didn't do any good. Not his fault. In fact, he's the one who's going to release this statement to the press or leak it online if Guardian Corrections Group, GCG, tries to get an injunction on us. People have to know what happened. I've been being a prisoner. I'm going to put it right out there and tell you that it was haunted. You think I'm joking. Nuts, you're lying, but you have no idea.
You know what?
Haunted prisons aren't anything like you imagine. Those places that advertise themselves and give people tours or sick jokes compared to the real thing. It got so bad that you can actually look up GCG's official filings for Chapter 11. That shit put them out of business on their very first prison. And right there, on the briefs, using an early statute of North Dakota law from 1857 to file an insurance claim, it says, site of Pembina prison confirmed by governor's
curious,
office
actually.
and 2 notary publics witnessing in person be afflicted by the supernatural such that continued business is impossible.
I'm telling you. Okay.
What?
I don't want to. I'm not gonna say it.
Say it.
No,
This is a show, and you have to.
I don't give a fuck if it's a show. Fuck them. Fuck all you. I'm not saying
It
anything.
is a horror podcast. Give me something scary.
I'm afraid. Why are you doing that? Why the fuck did you do that?
You know what actually made me mad just then? Nick got scared, but the way he got scared, and I'm not kidding, I saw him, he went.
He looked right at the.
It's like Freddie Mercury just.
Demon. Get back, demon.
Well, I thought it was the possum getting in the vent or something.
I'm sorry. Did the ghost of my grandfather just show up in the room with us?
Oh my god.
The skeleton.
The setting, it's fucked up because it's just like, I'll tell you, it's a haunting, and I just like, you kind of like settle it in, but then I just keep like, I'm like, we're in a very
Back at it again, Duke Master. You love to see it.
Okay,
Woo!
so this was too bright. I looked over, and then I like, you know when the
image
little
sticks
dots,
out,
yeah. So I go over like that, and it looked like a white bald head in there.
That's what I keep seeing out of that right corner. Yeah.
You love to see
That's
it.
the demon.
Shut the fuck up.
Maybe the possum's getting into the vents.
You think so?
Yeah.
Is that serious?
Nah.
Oh my god. Are you serious?
Alright,
Let's just fucking keep reading.
I'm gonna keep reading. Any more comments from the peanut gallery before we continue?
What film are we doing? Who's the loudest nutter?
Confirmed by governor's office and 2 notary publics witnessing in person to be afflicted by the supernatural
And,
such that continued business is impossible.
Fun
This is the
fact,
first time the prison was
actually,
closed for that reason.
I learned that
Features
animals
kept
that
fine.
reside in trees are actually, is it animals or, I think it's animals, but animals that reside in trees are called arboreal. Arboreal. So arboreal animals are animals that primarily reside in trees. So you have, I think I made grizzly a gopher, but we'll exclude that. But things like squirrels, chipmunks, chameleons, I think like sloths, koalas, those are like all kind of, not gophers, because gophers are underground, but I just thought it was funny. Because a gopher is the first thing I thought of when I thought of like a big furry animal. That's like kind of big. But yeah, I think it was, what was it? And then I made Puffer chameleon because he's a fish, technically not a mammal, so it's a whole thing.
It was a big stone cube that was squat, heavy, and cramped, but way less than modern prisons. We could see a lot of the cells around us. There was only one main hallway per floor, and we were close enough to pass things between the bars and have some real human interaction.
Yes.
Could have been worse. There were 5 floors in capacity for 500 prisoners. When I first got there, I had a bunch of cellmates. And I heard
Okay.
2,000 guys locked up. And I believed it, but that soon changed. I didn't talk to anyone for the first 3 weeks. Never been in a real prison before, and I was messed up over it. I didn't want to accept.
We
that
got
being
Creepcast in the
so I together
background.
myself for an entire year. The whole prison seemed full
Yeah.
of little men. The bottom floor would start screaming and hollering and panicking in the middle of the night all at once. We were on the top floor, but we could hear their screams echoing through the open old layout like they were right there with us. I just thought the prisoners on the bottom floor were all nuts until the guards weren't there to wake us up the first day, my 4th week. When I woke up in my corner without some asshole guard banging on the bars of our cell, I finally had to talk. I asked one of my cellmates, Dante, what was going on, and I'll never forget the fear in his voice as he said something that should have made us all incredibly happy.
The guards are all gone, man.
Prisoners were talking quietly between cells and loudly between the floors in various whispers and shouts. But the most we could figure out was that something on the first floor made them all quit and protest. Sure, it must have been the crazy screaming like that during the night, right? Except none of us could get any word from the bottom floor. It was dead silent down there. The guys on the second called out for hours.
So this
Someone was
weird little
down
like kind of cap.
because they could hear shuffling footsteps walking around at random every so often. But whoever it was never said a single word. That was the first time Dante mentioned crazy stories from the first floor. He muttered that he hoped none of that was true, but when I asked about it, he shook his head.
Nothing, man. None of it ever made sense.
We were a little worried as the day wore on and nobody came to let us out for breakfast. And then nobody came to let us out for lunch. The time we usually got to spend outside in the yard came and went, and people began getting restless. In the cell that were left, Dante's friend Will began telling guys to pass the word that we should all calm down and start sharing any food we had to hold away. I remember asking Dante,
Is it really that bad? There's not meals in yard time for a day or two before.
but the other two guys in our cell didn't look convinced. One of them said,
But not like this. I mean, damn sure we knew what they did. They never just up and left.
someone handed us pieces of crusty old bread through the bars. Much
Yeah, I think we should
new
do
guards didn't
that.
show up for work for another full day. We got plenty of yard time that day from these new guys, but they seemed more confused than us. We all watched from a distance as Will asked the guard about what happened.
Ugh.
Shrugged.
I don't know. GCG was paying a premium for fast tire, so I signed up. What about the prisoners on the first floor? We could still hear them shuffling around down there. We looked on the way out of the yard and we couldn't see anyone. Huh. Nobody in there. They all got transferred. Transferred? The hell that mean? It means DOCR took them back. Returned to state custody since the company couldn't handle them.
That made sense. If the floor had been full of nut jobs, then North Dakota's first local private prison company hardly had the experience to handle them. But these new guys didn't even have the skills to handle us. There were half as many guards as before, and they didn't know the routines or who the dangerous ones were among us. As a result, they were distant, scared, forceful. All except one guy. Kellen. Kellen wasn't the first guard to treat us like human beings, but by then he was the only one around. Traded jokes on the yard, never hit us, and looked us in the eyes when he talked. He went and found some paperwork to confirm the crazies had actually been transferred, but it took 3 months to get that info out of PCG. By the time he told us he'd heard back, we sort of forgotten the whole thing. 2 nights later, maybe 2 hours past lights out, guys on the second floor began screaming. Dante leapt up and fell on one of our cellmates by accident before shouting, "Shit, must be fire!" Other guys in our row began banging on the bars and shouting for the guards, but the uniforms charged past and headed downstairs without talking to us. We could hear them shouting orders down below and then yelling in confusion. Prisoner screams were clear coming from the second. It sounded like they were terrified of something in particular and wanted help. Sounds of gates being slammed and people running reached us after about 10 minutes of shouting. And then silent, sat in the dark waiting, listening till morning. When the initiative came in, they were surprised and confused. Kellen came by to ask what had happened. We told him what we knew, but he'd shown up and found open gates and an empty second floor. There's no indication what had happened, but he promised to check with corporate and figure out if the absent prisoners had all been rapidly transferred again. Dante gripped the bars and made sure Kellen was looking at him.
Please find out who the hell is walking around down there at night.
Kellen blinked at him.
I mean, I'm day shift, so I don't know what I can do, but what do you mean? The prisoners are gone.
Dante told him fiercely, quietly.
But the guys on the third floor said they still hear someone. Maybe 2 or 3 someone's shuffling their feet every hour, so until morning. I guess I could go look right now.
Dante reached to the bars and grabbed his uniform, something that usually got us a beating.
Hear me. Do not go in there by yourself. Stay in the stairwell unless someone's with you.
Kellen nodded fearfully. Looked like he finally understood how spooked we were. Waved another guard off, Dante let go. Nothing more came of it for a whole season. Night shift had quit. More guards got hired at an even higher pay. Kellen did another uniform, scoped out the first 2 floors, but found nothing. Dante thought it was because they were looking during the day, but he wasn't about to ask our only friend to risk himself. It was maybe 3 months later. Yeah, I was going through my sentence. And I'd taken up drawing, so I had pen and paper. When we woke up in the middle of the night, everyone on the 3rd floor screaming in absolute panic. I do like this recurring thing. It's almost like water rising up through the other floors. And there's no, I mean, it sounds like there's a cover up with them saying everyone was transferred. But like there's this evil approaching getting closer. This time we were less scared during the event itself. Will offered a guard racing past $500 from his commissary account if the man would come back and tell them what was going on. Dante listened intently, trying to hear individual screams from the 3rd floor over everyone else's shouting in confusion. Down any words he thought he had heard. But I wrote down,
Jesus Christ. Killing him. God. Let us out. Coming this way.
We weren't as scared when it was happening because we'd lived through it twice before, but this time, long-term fear was much deeper. Now we knew for sure that it was going to happen again, and any prisoners that had the means began lawyering up and doing everything they could to transfer to other prisons, even if it meant worse conditions. The problem was, North Dakota prison system was already overflowing, which was the whole reason.
I liked it. It was talking about tugboat.
Meant it was that much harder for the rest of us. Both of our cellmates transferred to space, so that was nice, but it was small consolation. Apparently, word had started to spread on the outside, and PCG solution, instead of paying the guards even more, was to stop having a night shift at all except for just one poor guy. Kellen was a bit miffed he hadn't gotten a raise out of the whole thing, but he started to believe us that something was going on. By then, he'd been around a while, and he knew we weren't bullshitters. Too many of the other prisoners had told him they heard something walking around the first, second, and third floors random during the night. It was just a few steps, sometimes as many as 20, but it only happened every so often, and only once it had been long enough that you thought it had stopped for good. One guy on the 4th floor said he'd heard a full run from one end of the 3rd floor hallway to the other, clear enough that he expected a guard to come charging up the stairwell. Nobody had appeared. He slit his wrist and got transferred out on medical leave the next day, so we took him serious. All that was enough to get Kellen to start doing some research on the outside. Came to us in 7-month my sentence with a pale face. Beside us at the bars, Will asked,
"What's the word?"
Kellen's in grip.
A lot of bullshit out there. But this place is mentioned a lot. It's been closed before, but keep getting stonewalled when I ask for historical documents. The thing is, I don't think the prison itself is the problem. Get this.
Pull out a notepad for reference.
2 Canadian priests, Father Norbert Provencher and Severe Dunlin, visited Pembina in 1818, before it was even an official township. It was back then, when the Hudson's Bay Company was bigger around these parts. That's how long ago it was. Pembina was the biggest town in North Dakota then, so the trading post was full. So the priests chose to sleep outside by where the Pembina River meets the Red River. The folktale has it that the vision of a rotting woman came in the night and stole Provencher's life. The 2 men bartered with her to split the remaining life between them, consigning both to live only 35 more years instead of the 70 Severe had left. Severe got an extra month and 20 days as a gift from his friend for a sacrifice.
He paused as if we might guess the obvious outcome.
They both died 35 years later.
I knew Pembina prison had a horrible problem, but that didn't mean I had to believe everything.
Let me guess. A month and 20 days apart?
Kellen nodded. Dante snorted.
It's true, dude.
Kellen insisted.
The dates of death are right there on Wikipedia. But get this, 35 years later, after 1818 made their death year 1853, the year this prison was built. But the place they camped that night, by the meetings of the rivers?
I didn't know what it meant, but I was beginning to feel very uneasy.
It's right here, isn't it?
It was dead serious.
There's some shit here. Ancient shit. As the guy I know, he's got shit all over over at Turtle Mountain. They know the history of the Red River better than anyone else. He said his uncle told him never to sleep at the meeting of the Red River, and the Pimby River. He said something lives here, under the ground. It awakens with the changing of the seasons.
That's cool. That's pretty sick. Okay, I know we bring it up constantly. The final prayer, some great thing underground. But it's like it's physically rising through the levels of the prison. People, yeah. That's pretty cool. We were silent for a beat after that. It was folktale nonsense, but it was as good as theory as any. Whatever it was going to come back. It wasn't friendly. Will talked to Kellen for another few minutes. Dante was silent. After he was gone, I asked him, "What's wrong?" He said, "I wanted to now. I'm responsible for me.
I got another 5 years in here. I got no money for a lawyer. He said this will be up before it reaches us, and I'll be here alone. What?
There's no way to be sure.
We'll be back in 2 months for the 4th floor, and then 3 months after
Yeah, let's get to Grizzy's section.
Doesn't seem to be exact.
Just like before.
What I mean is, I do hope you get out here before it comes.
Oh, I wasn't sure what else to say after that, so I just sat in my corner like I always did. It wasn't too much after that we heard GCG was going under. Mad rush of transfers, pissed off the state, and lost the company a vital contract for a second location. Investors had pulled out or something. The number of guards was cut and slashed. Kellen took a pay hit to stay on as the only guy left on the day shift.
There's only 2 prisoners left on the 4th floor.
Told the 20 of us remaining as the general week we expected it to happen approached.
I feel like I should stay late just to see what the hell's gonna go on down here. But the former guards, I asked about it, all terrified as hell, and refused to talk. Something about bound just because I asked. It's cool. I had a kid at home. Don't be here for it.
20 of us left on the 5th floor, sat on our cells once night fell. Rain and listening. Monday night, nothing happened. 2 guys down below occasionally shouted up to us, everything was clear. Tuesday night, nothing happened. Strain was growing though, and we could sometimes hear them breathing rapidly down there. Could only imagine the adrenaline rushing through them every minute until dawn. On Wednesday night, nothing happened. Yet, something had changed in the air. The prison was much quieter now that 2,000 men had become 22, and I thought I could feel a subtle sort of heartbeat in the air.
Man, it's a peanut.
Thin sheet of paper.
It's just your imagination.
Of us willing to speak louder than that. Thursday night, the heartbeat became a feeling of footsteps approaching from a great distance.
Mind you, they're the size of, you know,
You good down there? Still here.
One responded from down below.
rodents. So it's all nuts that look big to them.
Man below did not respond. Friday night, that was the night it would happen. All day, the 2 guys on 4th pulled and clanged on their bars, begging to be let out. Kellen was torn. After 2 hours of listening to that pleading, he came up with an idea. Transferred both of them up to our floor.
If nobody's on 4, then we'll be safe, right?
Out loud, we agreed, but we were kidding ourselves. When the night guard showed up, he freaked, took the 2 men back down. Said out loud what we were all thinking.
If nobody's on 4, then we'll just come right to 5. We'll just come right to 5 and get us all. What the hell's Kellen thinking?
Look how they're so assured this thing's gonna happen. I was like, we gotta feed them to it. These 2 gotta go down there. We had to listen to hours of sobbing that evening. It was the hardest trial of my life. I wanted to call out to the night guard. I wanted to ask him to get those men out of there. But if I did, I knew whatever was coming on all of us instead. The moment it happened, like a cold hand on my shoulder.
What's going on down there?
Dante shouted. The man was not sobbing, called back.
It's changing.
Will demanded.
What's happening? Tell us. Red. Red. It's red. What's red?
Will yelled insistently.
God damn it, what's red?
Stared down the hallway at the night guard, stood listening with fear. The screaming began a few seconds later. This time, only 1 floor above. We could clearly hear their every word. The sobbing prisoner shrieked. The man who'd been communicating with us began incoherently raging with fear against his bars. Then, strangely, he stopped. The 20 of us clung to our bars, unable to help, unable to flee. Many of us cried, but we were otherwise silent. For to yell would be to drown out the last words of the men below. But they were eerily quiet for nearly 2 hours. We waited in strained silence as random footsteps traversed the 4th floor every so often. What was happening? For the first time, victims of whatever was going on down below had chosen to be quiet instead of yelling for help. How would that make things different? At long last, the sobbing man broke the silence.
Shut up. You'll see you distracted. Hit your bars.
Sound of clinging echoed up the stairwell. The sobbing man said with terror.
It knows. It knows. Jesus Christ, do something.
We were no longer silent. We echoed that sentiment loudly and repeatedly to the guard. Do something. Just stood there, literally quaking in his boots. Will screamed at him.
Snap out of it. The other guard the prisoners got away. You can too. Whatever it is, it won't follow you if you let them out and leave.
I shouted.
They're gonna die down there.
Dante threw a shoe and the impact finally snapped the man out of his terror. The guard ran to the stairwell and descended. The first thing we heard him say was a taken back.
Mary, Mother of Christ.
Sobbing man again.
Over here, for God's sake, let us out.
The other prisoner wasn't talking for some reason. He hears gasping terror, that too, but quiet. Then we heard a buzzer, and all the gates on 4 slammed loudly open. Sounds of panting, running, someone dragging something followed. The prison went silent. Just like that, we were alone again. The formerly crowded prison now felt terrifyingly large, empty, with only 20 of us and no guards. That night, the unmistakable sound of footsteps echoed from down below. I counted time as best I could. 40 minutes. Someone took 3 steps out of a cell and into the hallway. Now we're in 6 minutes. Someone ran 10 steps along the hallway and stopped abruptly. In 8 minutes, the steps approached the stairwell, then turned into a cell and went silent. Thing was, whoever it was sounded barefoot. Starting and stopping locations did not match. Where they ended was often nowhere near where they began again later. That's pretty. All the little clues we give this thing's terrifying that we don't see it, but we hear people talking about it. But I also love that whatever happens to these people, they're moving somewhere down there. It's almost like they're floating in between locations, or something. They're very quiet and they get loud and stuff. By the time dawn came, we were scared.
Duke, what's your question, my man?
For us to begin stirring again. The GCG and bankruptcy court, we no longer had a night guard at all. If it came for us, there would be nobody to let us out of our cells like everyone else. We hardly talked. We hardly ate. Each passing day was a grain of sand falling through an hourglass marking our executions. Our fellows began confessing to crimes they hadn't even committed just to get transferred to Supermax out of state. The only option left. Well, suicide attempts. One by one, Ellen escorted or dragged guys out of our floor. 20 became 15, then 10. Then it was just me and Monty, with Will still in the cell to our left. 3 of us and Kellen, 4 men waiting for doom. We sat playing card games in the weeks leading up to it. It would be 1 full year for me in that place, but I could swear I'd spent a lifetime in that cell. I couldn't remember life before. Couldn't imagine surviving after. Every day I prayed for a transfer to come in, but North Dakota had gotten sick of our shit. The judges had stopped hearing cases from him being in prison. They didn't know there were only 3 days left. Nobody knew. Contacted the media, we phoned the governor's office, we made a ruckus.
Did you ever think that the Anime Clues episode would ever blow up as big as it did and turn into a series, or were you just for the love of the game type thing that worked out?
Paycheck was being handled by a third-party disbursement company that couldn't answer questions about ongoing proceedings. The week approached. On Monday night, nothing happened. We were like statues in our cells, alone, waiting for a sign of the executioner's approach.
Okay, weird. Oh, hang on, my camera froze. Which seems to happen a lot. Do you ever think that the Anime Clues episode would ever blow up? So I think I was kind of hoping it would blow up, to a degree when I first published it back in September 17th, 2024. And I remember it only gotten a few hundred, it only got like 300 views, I think, when I posted it. And so I went to bed. And then I woke up and saw that it had gotten like a ton of views because I actually have video evidence of this. What happened was someone suggested in Pezzy's chat that I animated it because they saw the post I posted on Instagram, which was just kind of like the thumbnail and the art of it, and so they found the video. Pezzy watched it on stream, and then it basically blew up, and that's what got me monetized. And so yeah, I pretty much just continued doing it. It's not really a regret with the actual series, but I do wish I yeah, pretty much it. Actually, well, no, it's not really a regret, to be fair. It was more of a decision I made because I wanted to be able to do this full time, essentially. But pretty much hit the gas from there, and then they gave me a shout out in episode 6 of the podcast, and then that blew up, bunch of stuff and whatnot. So I just kept doing it. But yeah, and then. So yeah, now I'm gonna try and do a little bit more variety of like content, like Pop Meat, Creepcast, Vanos Crew, stuff like that. Yeah. Also, Jill, I'm glad I left early because my arm hurt from weight training. I'm very sorry to hear that. Usually, if you haven't done it in a while, your joints will get not joints, but like your whole body feels very, very like feels the intensity and whatnot. So, yeah. But yeah, and so yeah. But yes. So yeah, I'm glad to be doing this for a while. I still need to, yeah. I mean, in order to like make sure I can actually do this with a decent amount of money, I still need to find some sponsorships. So I kind of bit the bullet and ended up doing. Actually, hang on, let me see if I can turn this on. Yeah. I think there we go. Bit the bullet and joined the partner thing on YouTube to get like what is it? Or just potentially doing stuff. So once again, just trying to explore different revenue streams. A couple of them I have. So TikTok, Patreon, and YouTube are, I would say, main sources or consistent sources of income to a degree, or recurring. And then I also have merch on the Redbubble. I think I started like a subscription thing on Instagram. I'm gonna post early access there if you want to do it on Instagram and whatnot. And what else? What else? Yeah, keeps uptight better in case one of them falls. TikTok is not like the greatest in terms of money, but it's a little bit better because I think after February I'm probably not going to make any money from shorts, so that's fine. It's not like I was making a lot. I was only making like $100 a month off of the shorts revenue, so I'm going to be able to basically replace that with TikTok revenue. Yeah. Don't think it'll affect long form, but we'll see. But yeah, but I'll still do shorts on like YouTube just for like views and stuff. So it's not all negative necessarily. Decent amount of views, like half of my views basically come from shorts. But yeah. Anyway.
When dawn came, we sighed and began moving again. Dante asked,
"You get out on Friday?"
I nodded. Things went like before. It'd be released the day of. As long as I left before sundown, it'd be all right. Tuesday night, nothing happened.
And then trying to get affiliate on Twitch, so I just need to get I think for 3
Now,
viewers on
the feeling of the
average
prison had changed
for
around
4
us.
days.
A subtle heartbeat seemed to pulse against our faces and ears and eyes.
So yeah.
It had come a day earlier in the week than the last time. That morning, Will patted my arms, both leaned out the bars.
Then I'll be able to join the affiliate program on Twitch. Hopefully try and make a little bit more money on there.
On Wednesday night, the heartbeat became the sound of
Or at the very least
footsteps
a
approaching
bit more.
some unfathomable distance. I think I stood at the bars of our cells that entire day. Fingers wrapped around metal with force to match the tension in the air and in our minds. This couldn't happen. This wouldn't happen. My lawyer would walk in and tell me he'd gotten the judge's...
Also, I got to start searching for some other jobs just in case. So yeah. Try to help if I can. Yeah, I mean, you can just have it on in the background. You don't have to like chat or anything.
One day still meant life or death.
I just need, I think, 3 days.
For God's sake.
So right now I have 1 day where I had an average of 3 viewers, so that's good. So I just need 3 more days. And then the other ones I think reset after the end of the month, but those are easy to catch up on because you just log on and it will reward it. So it's not super hard. Yeah, I'll probably do promote thing on the in the Discords and whatnot. Yeah.
I'd like to tell you that I didn't see anything, that I'm not permanently a broken man. I didn't claw at the walls of my cell as it approached slowly, moving a few steps every 20 to 70 minutes. I'd like to tell you that all 3 of us were able to run away and escape that horror upon reality. Its rotting hands and blind eyes radiating crimson light as it searched for us at random. But I can't give you a satisfying end to this story. The disbursement company fired Kellen and changed the locks on the property. According to their paperwork, all the prisoners had been moved, and they thought he'd been getting paid for guarding an empty prison. They left us in there for 11 days before the heir was found. Spent 11 nights with that thing. For 11 days, we starved. For 11 nights, we sat absolutely still, not daring to move or breathe or even look left or right. Knew where we were, generally. Stood right outside our cells for hours. Sometimes walked right through the bars and grasped at the beds around us, daring us to make even the slightest motion. When you've spent 6 hours staring into the blind crimson eyes of a rotting demon, unable to blink your eyes for fear that it will hear the air your lashes move, when you've seen what I've seen, the world since walked reflected in hellish red, you'll understand. No one cares. I'd like to tell you that Kellen actually existed. I'd like to tell you we had a friend among the guards, that it wasn't all bad. I'd like to tell you I wasn't traumatized by the hell I went through being left to rot and left to die as nothing more than a number on some corporation's books. But no one cares.
End of story.
That was fine. I like that one.
That was a good one.
That's a really cool idea that there's like a cursed prison that this thing rises up through. I also like to mention at the end that Kelton's not real. That's kind of just like, oh, this is how we found out our information, but that's not. No one actually cared about us. There was no one there to help us out in the midst of this.
Yeah, it was really. I mean, like the buildup was really, really nice.
Yeah.
Really fucking creepy.
And it's like prowling around. This thing slowly moving, looking for people. Like it's come to collect its due of anyone who camps by the river, and the prisoners count as people that are camping. But it's slow and it takes its time to move, and it can float around and stuff like that. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I think that like a really great payoff, great build up to the same that I felt whenever we read Psychosis and stuff. Kind of like a weird conspiracy thing.
Saintly malpractice.
GDC in this?
Dude, I keep getting those.
Documents people say there's like
so annoying.
There's aliens and stuff. Has there ever been anything with like paranormal
Shoot
stuff
it!
in
Shoot it!
official documents?
I think so.
Has there?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, what do you mean by paranormal stuff? Like investigation into the paranormal? Yes. Confirmed, like
3 years of stream, you still get them, just ban them. I have no idea how to do, to be honest.
Like if you look at the old CIA files, there's a ton of stuff back around like the 60s and 70s where they did experiments to try to understand if there was something to like telepathy. So they got like a bunch of professional telepathics and like had them conduct a bunch of experiments. They did a bunch of experiments with hallucinogenics to see if people were able to like astrally project and stuff like that. So there was one called Operation Sunbeam, I believe it was, where they gave people like LSD and stuff like that, and
Banned. There we go.
They called it
Sweet.
controlling,
Got it.
where they would try to pilot
Okay.
where they were projecting themselves.
I was trying to do it on
Is
my
that the-
pop
is that
out
what that
screen,
movie,
but
the
yeah.
Hysteric Goats is based
Got
on?
it.
Not actually projecting like that, but it's a similar thing of like that was during World War II, so that was OSS. That was like pre-experiments.
Oh, okay.
But same idea. But there's some crazy stories from Operation Sunbeam where like people reported that they found the Ark of the Covenant in a cave in the Middle East, and people who reported.
What about the fucking Middle East Giants or whatever? What the fuck was that about? Remember that one?
Yep, the Afghanistan Giants. Yep, Giants at Kandahar, I think it was.
Do people say is that a meme or is that? Like
I mean, let's be honest, dude. It's like every major.
You know, the stories of biblical giants.
I don't even,
like that,
and this is just me feigning ignorance for. I don't even know how you would begin to do it if it's like.
that. I think they're a really interesting topic. But
I guess I'm not sure.
Is that graves and like sites of them exist in the Middle East that have been covered up by like governments, and there's been a bunch of political interest to try to keep information of them secret, and that there's passageways in the mountains in like Iraq and Afghanistan that leads down to places where they could still exist. So the story is, in 2012, I believe, there was a group of rangers who got into combat with something, and a bunch of them were killed, and it's supposedly a cover-up that they were searching in caves for insurgents and ran into a giant that killed several of them. Until eventually the area was like blown to bits, and then the whole thing kept hush hush. But the story is that a group of Army Rangers ran into a giant in Afghanistan.
Interesting.
So there's about, I mean, that's not an official document. That's more of like a fun conspiracy theory thing. But there are official documents with the CIA, and like MK Ultra, for example. Most of MK Ultra was if you could like change someone's mind and like make them into the perfect soldier through psychotropics and like breaking them down with drugs and stuff like that. And there was a bunch of stuff down there to see if like you could basically make people be telepathic. Part of MK Ultra was giving LSD to dolphins to see if they could learn to communicate with humans off of that.
That must be fun for the dolphins.
Yeah. They actually started speaking in a new like cadence that no other dolphins would amongst themselves. So it seems they did create their own like communication with each other. Yeah, we gotta bleep that. All right, so one final story tonight.
Yeah.
We're reading, my students submitted the most disturbing living history project I've ever seen. This is posted by Gretel Cat. We haven't read anything from Gretel Cat before. It looks like they only have 2 stories ever posted to No Sleep, and it was like 8 to 9 years ago.
Okay.
But this story has 24,000 upvotes.
Wow. Okay.
So, yeah, a bunch of people were super into this. So seems they had a couple of bangers and then just dropped off.
And then
earth.
dipped. I love when they do that.
Yeah.
So we'll leave them linked in the description. Gretel Cat, if you somehow watch this and you want to make more stories, here's your audience.
Keep writing.
So keep writing. But for now, into their story. One of my least favorite parts about being, and obviously everyone will be linked in the description. If you want to support the artist, please do. They deserve it.
Right.
One of my least favorite parts about being a middle school history teacher is the bullshit living history assignments we give at the end of every school year. Kids are supposed to sit with their grandparents, videotape, voice record, or transcribe their oldest memories for posterity, and for an easy way to bring up their GPA. I've been doing this for 17 years, and when I collected the projects this time around, I assumed they would be as dull, if not duller, than usual. This had not been a particularly bright class. So I went home, poured myself a glass of wine, and prepared for a long night of, I only owned 2 pairs of pants when I was your age, and my brother got beat with a newspaper for hitting a baseball into a neighbor's yard. And of course, these projects were peppered with innocent, old person comments that were so horribly sexist and racist, you just had to laugh. Now, I had a girl in my class whom I will call Olivia. She was pudgy, quiet, and proved herself a consistent B student. I expected, man, just dogging this kid.
Yeah, honest.
I expected her project to be as unremarkable as her. Would you consider that honest?
Maybe we're getting a little below the belt now. A little below the belt.
Is that, how does... Why did both of you turn and look at the same time?
He looked. And
Okay.
Look at what?
You looked up there and then Nick spun around in his chair really quick.
Oh, I didn't look up there. I was just looking at that light off the. It's from the deal. I was just looking at that.
Okay. Also, how does that look? Did you turn your screen brightness up all the way?
you can't even tell.
You can't
really?
on those? Okay.
Not on this one.
Okay.
On some of them, it keeps lowering, so I have to keep tapping it.
Okay.
Up.
I just look over for a second. Look like the sun was on your face.
My bad.
I expected her project to be as unremarkable as her, and perhaps that's why I was so profoundly disturbed by what I witnessed that night. Olivia had submitted 2 discs for some reason, so I began with the one marked Interview. My screen hiccuped twice before a grainy image of a living room came into view. The place was a hoarder's hell. Olivia was curled up in an armchair, clutching a notebook and looking like a scared animal. Across from her sat a man with a somber countenance, smoking a cigarette and staring at her expectantly.
Go ahead.
A woman's voice whispered from behind the camera.
Let me get the background,
Olivia's
actually.
owlish eyes flashed towards the screen. Back to the man.
I am here with my great uncle Stephen.
He began almost inaudibly.
He's going to tell us about his oldest memories from being in the army.
Great Uncle Stephen looked like he'd rather be in the damn trench at the moment, but he waited patiently for the questions to begin. Not surprisingly, Olivia read verbatim from the suggested question sheet I had handed out to the students. He answered her curtly. Once or twice, I heard her mother whisper,
Speak up, Olivia.
from behind the camera. Typical boring shit. So I was intrigued when Olivia set down the notebook and asked,
Did you like being in the army?
That was totally off script. Great Uncle Stephen emitted a chain smoker's wheeze.
Nope. Glad to get out of my town, though.
Where did you go?
Balkans.
Uh-huh.
I doubted she knew what the Balkans were. My suspicion was confirmed when she asked,
Was Balkans very different from here?
Yes.
Mom cleared her throat from behind the camera, perhaps encouraging Great Uncle Stephen to be a little more forthcoming. But Olivia seemed genuinely interested.
Uncle Stephen, what is your very worst memory from the army?
I'm starting to see why she's a B student.
Just chowing down double stuffed Oreos while she's asking these questions. She's taking off.
It's breezy! Yo, just dropping in. Just want to say our work from Clueless series has improved. Has improved like aging fine, like aging like wine. It just keeps getting better and better.
You'll love to see it. And my camera's frozen. Oh boy, howdy, 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 do.
Wee.
I'll be back.
Camera cut off. Then the screen
All
flashed back on.
right. You'll love to see it. Thank you very much for that comment. It's breezy.
Paper and plastic sleeves laid atop all the crap on his coffee table.
Doing well today. Wish you many more successful collabs in the near future. Yes, indeed. Thank you very, very much.
Your brother's age.
Olivia nodded.
I never saw combat.
Yes.
Both of my deployments were to cities in Eastern Europe that had been destroyed by civil wars. Everything was a mess, and I felt like a janitor for fuck's sake. Yeah.
Great Uncle Stephen sighed and looked at his paper.
My unit was assigned to a school that had been obliterated by all the violence. Broken windows, caved-in rooms, and for some reason, the part that got me was the most was the school had been like this for years before we got there. No one had lifted a finger to fix it. I saw kids walk by it on the way to go beg for money for whatever shit they did.
The camera dipped towards the floor. I heard Mom whisper harshly at Great Uncle Stephen. I couldn't make out what she was saying, but it wasn't hard to imagine.
You want me to hear the goddamn story or not?
I heard him bark in response.
Then you better let me tell it how I want it.
Mom, please stop interrupting. Are you presenting this in front of the class? No, Mom, we're just handing it to the teacher.
I'm sure he's heard worse shit before.
Great Uncle Stephen.
First time I comment, your live was.
It wasn't a he, as a matter of fact.
Your live very early on, your face came froze as well. Yeah, no, it tends to do that for some reason.
Lifted, and after a couple of blurry focus adjustments, the shot was the same as before.
Anyway.
He lifted the piece of paper in his hand close to his face.
In the basement, I found this letter. I didn't know what it said, but I had a buddy of mine translate it. So, I'm gonna read it now, and I'll tell you what I saw in the basement.
Chill ran down my spine. Mom zoomed in to Great Uncle Stephen in his letter. His palsied hands trembled as he flipped the paper. This is what he read. Dear Sir, I never loved my country. So many of these skirmishes are born from patriotism, a power struggle for the shards of a once great empire. But I do not care what name my home has on a map. This fighting is senseless, and I stay as far away from it as I can. It was not these attacks and disorganized violence that took the lives of my wife and child. It was illness. Mercifully, it happened quickly for the baby. Nadja suffered for longer. watched in horror, knowing I could
Tree
do nothing
kind
for
of
them.
full mixes. I'm
My only
curious.
solace is that I was there for them every step of the way. Stopped going to work.
That's a
one
bit
day,
much.
and
There
no
we
one
go.
came after me. I doubt they noticed.
Yes,
I
that's
was
better.
gone.
Yeah.
Since the school was simply across a field, visible from my window, it would have been easy to go for a few hours each day, come home quickly to care for them. What was the point? All I did was clean floors. I was as useless to the world as I was to my family. I tried to take Nadja to the hospital, but the journey was too long and taxing. I brought her home, but she died that night. After Nadja and the baby were gone, well, I don't remember much. I didn't leave my hovel, barely ate and slept. Thought many times of taking my own life. Tempting though it was, felt paralyzed by my own helplessness. The one thing that kept me sane was my radio. Never turned it off once. Even though I didn't listen to the words being said. In fact, the channel I got the clearest was in English, I think, which I don't speak a lick of. But the voices, the music, the true knowledge that life existed beyond this violent city sustained me. I have no idea how long passed before I saw the light of day again.
There we
I was
go.
dizzy from hunger. Finding food was my priority. My radio came with me, of course, as I first holed myself up.
I got, of course, some
with
color
me.
shit.
It talks to me as I sleep and as I wake. Don't know what it's saying, but I know I would die without it. Once I had some water and food, it occurred to me that the only thing left to do was to go back to work. So I did. The following morning, I simply returned to the school where I was a janitor, got back to work. Nobody made a big deal out of it. Like I said, Nadja had been sick a long time, and those who worked at the school knew it. I appreciate that no one had pestered me to come back to work during the hardest days of my life. The teachers never said much to me, but we smiled at each other in the halls, and that mutual respect was perhaps the reason I decided to come back at all. The place had gone to the dogs without me, so I simply grabbed my broom and rags from my closet and set to cleaning. Everyone is grateful to have me back, I know. And the best part is that nobody minds my radio. I bring it with me everywhere and keep the volume low enough not to disrupt the students. No one has ever complained. In fact, I suspect they like it. The schoolhouse is not very big, but does require a lot of maintenance. Floors are always sticky and stained, so I spend most of my time mopping. Kids make messes. Guess that's why I'm still in business. Sometimes I have to move things around to make sure I get every spot on the floor beautiful and clean, but I take pride in that. And the repairs. School always needs tune-ups here and there. I'm happy to help. Some days I'm reconstructing a desk that broke as I whistle along with the radio. Other times I handle more serious structural issues. Days when I have work like this, I feel truly instrumental, like a cog in a larger machine. How could the school
I think it actually should have a slightly...
It took me a long time.
Yeah, that's a better
Once
texture
again,
for it.
Feel that I have purpose. There's a larder behind the school that is full of preserved food. Only with payment, I'm allowed to take as much food as I need. That arrangement's fine.
Yes.
What would I do with money anyway? I used to bring the food back to my home, just one field away from the school. But when I started sleeping in the basement, no one seemed to notice. The school is special to me and I cannot leave it unguarded. When I'm besieged with memories of my wife and baby, I turn up the volume on the radio to drown out such thoughts. Works for me every time. Except this morning. Because this morning, I woke up in dead silence. I frantically examined the radio to see what had happened. I honestly cannot tell how many days in a row I've been using it. Did it simply live out its life and die naturally? I spent the entire day trying to fix it. Most of this time, I've been crying. I'm losing my mind without it. I've given myself until sundown. If I cannot fix it by then, I'm going to take my life. I'm writing this because the sunlight's starting to die and I know what my fate shall be. Thought about taking one last walk through the halls of my school, saying goodbye to the students and teachers. I know I will be missed. I cannot bring myself to leave this room. I cannot go anywhere knowing that my radio is dead in here. There are no more tears in me. It feels now like I can't catch my breath. I vomited what little food I had in my stomach. I'm growing dizzy again, like I did after Nadja died. I'm not long for this world. But before I take my life, I've closed the door to this room and stuck a chair beneath the handle. It's the only room in the basement and has a small casement that lets in just enough light for me to see what I am doing. If anyone is kind enough to come looking for me, they should not be met with this gruesome sight. Perhaps they will see the doors blocked, smell my rotting body, and simply forget I ever existed. But I have placed my radio and this note outside the door. Kind sir, if you are reading this, I have one humble request. Please fix it. Save my radio. I do not deserve to die in its sleep, and I am ashamed I cannot revive it.
Well, kind of this
now I'm ready to
more kind of lighter color seed.
Heaven. I hope this school can find another janitor who loves and cares for it the way I do. The hour is now. Do not forget my radio. Stanislav. When Mom zoomed back out, Olivia had tears in her eyes.
Thank you for sharing, Uncle Stephen.
Mom said, her voice choked.
I think we have enough. Wait.
Olivia chirped.
He said there's more. What did you find?
Before great Uncle Stephen could open his mouth, the image disappeared. My jaw dropped. Was that it? But what did great Uncle Stephen see?
Yeah.
I promptly remembered that there was a second disc. One was unmarked, but I hoped to contain the rest of the interview. There was no video, only audio. The voice that started up was Olivia's.
Hi, Miss Garrity. I'm sorry about my mom, but she refused to record the rest of what my uncle was saying, but I asked him to continue and secretly record the story as a voice memo on my phone. I remember you said earlier this year that history is written by the people who win wars.
He sucked in a breath and commenced crying.
But everyone's history is important. Even if they are sad, pathetic people, and even if they never won a single thing in their life. I haven't slept through the night since I finished this project, but you have to hear what my uncle has to say.
Tears in my eyes, too. The sincerity of her words was beautiful. I was also flattered that she had remembered some trite phrase I threw around because it was what my history teacher said to me. Before I got too savvy over it, the audio began again.
Fine.
Came Mom's frustrated voice.
If you want to hear the rest of the story, fine, but this is not appropriate for a school project.
Let me finish. If it's too much for you, help yourself to a snack in the kitchen. But Livy wants to know what happened.
I heard her mother mumble something and walk away. Livy and her uncle were alone. Imagined her.
There we go.
So did you find the radio, or did it get ruined in the school?
Oh, it looks so peak. I mean, I'm not quite done yet. We'll need to change a few things.
That letter had a date on it.
What date?
It was dated 2 weeks before we started rebuilding the school.
Didn't you say the school had been destroyed like 2 years ago?
Yeah.
W question. Answer the question. Yes. What would it be? It's breezy.
I'll be honest. Like the letter was cool and stuff. I'm like, where's this going? Like, what's that get around to? But that's a fun reveal. I like that. There was silence as I felt goosebumps on my arms. The images that came to my mind were almost too overwhelming to express, but great Uncle Stephen put them into words effortlessly. Clearly, he had spent his whole life thinking about it.
This man, Stanislav, went to a vandalized, falling apart schoolhouse and cleaned up blood and rubble like it was spilled drinks and dust. He smiled at dead bodies in the hallway and believed they were smiling back at him because they liked his radio. He moved around corpses so he could sweep the ground under them. The roof half collapsed, so when it rained, he must have gotten soaking wet, but was so oblivious that he didn't even feel a thing.
I could hear Olivia crying steadily.
I found the larder he was talking about. It was unpickled. Preserved food that probably tasted like shit. Most of the stuff was moldy.
Did you see the dead body?
Yes. Hanging from the ceiling, but still amazingly lifelike. He wasn't running away. This hadn't happened years ago.
Oh, W.
Did he look peaceful?
I was referring what you put onto your thumbnail just now.
voice.
Oh, I see.
Couldn't tell you.
My bad.
His smell was rank and his face was blue and his eyes were bulging like this.
Imagine him demonstrating.
And the radio?
I heard great Uncle Stephen take a long drag off a cigarette.
It was there, all right. And it was still on.
Loudest is crazy.
That's
I listen.
wow.
Thumbnail.
All right. So
thumbnail, my friend.
Midway through, I was kind of like, where,
beautifully written story, but what's the catch? For
yeah,
me?
it's like, all right, I don't.
You're kind of waiting for a reveal. You know what I mean?
Waiting for the shoe to fall. Where it's like, all right, I see it, well done and stuff. But then with the school is destroyed, he was cleaning up the rubble, and that last line, the radio was still on. It's like, then what was the switch that made him not see through the delusion, but part of the delusion ended, and he took
there's
his
so
own
many
life,
different
and-
layers of stuff of a war-torn person. I mean, like now even the
Okay.
the top comment talking
Lost
about
his family to illness. Was that even true? Maybe
who
the
knows?
war
I mean,
did take him.
it
Yeah.
could have been the war that took him. I don't know. Devastating.
Yeah.
But man, I will say today, 2 fucking amazing stories. Wow, and
They were really good.
And I
They were really
I
good.
really want to read another one of the other Gretel Cat story immediately because that was punch to the fucking
That
gut.
one, the
Oh,
ending
there
of
it is.
that was sick. I love that the radio was still on. Ah, that's so good.
Yeah.
It's like what did his mind construct to where he was in a normal school, but the radio quit working? When in reality, he was cleaning rubble and the radio was fine. Like what was he seeing? What did
Such
reality
a great
look like to
setup
him?
because it just lets the viewer just run with it of like what the fuck happened. It's one of those things too that the author probably has such a clear picture in their head, but they just didn't. They just know not to like totally give it all to you, you know, because that level of mystery. I mean, you're in the same boat as the teacher. Also, what a fun premise too is a setup of like, oh, we do these stupid living history assignments, and it's just such a great setup.
It's like, oh, this is dumb, but here we go, do it again. Well, here's a weird one I came across. Yeah.
Also, 2 stories.
And even the stuff like the beginning where it says that his house looked like a hoarder nest and stuff everywhere. There was so much little context you didn't get till the end, you know. And that line she says where it's like, you can tell Uncle Sam, which his name is Uncle Sam, yeah. But where she says, you can tell Uncle Sam had spent his life thinking about this question. You know, what did it? It's like, oh no, the radio was still on. Like that's haunted him decades since.
Yeah, I think 2 stories that were awesome for this setting. I mean, I will say the first story got me pretty scared and stuff, and I think that just a fucking eerie, fun time. It was. I hope that it was as fun to watch as it was to be in here recording this shit because it was pretty crazy. But guys, this is our story.
I also want to add real quick to give Gretel Cat another shout out. Remember I said she has one other story? Title of the one other story is "The Animals on My Farm Always Kill the Newborns."
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
That's
that
sick.
one's bang.
We'll have to check it out sometime.
Yeah. So Gretel Cat.
Maybe we can read it while you're in town.
That'd be fun. Yeah. N59 Gar, and then the other 2 stories, the bath one and the portraits one, are anonymous but classic. So hopefully you all enjoyed two OGs, really a ritual game and an OG, and then 2 really good stories off notes.
No, it was a really fun episode, and honestly, it's been really fun recording in this house and stuff. Fucking spooky. We'll have to do another one of these again. But until next time, guys, thank you so much for those who are listening on Apple Podcast and Spotify, all that shit. Be sure to check these ones out in person because the visuals are a lot of fun. And also thank you to our patrons who support us and are bringing us together and, you know, just have kept this ship afloat for a long time. So we do appreciate it. If you want some extra content, please check it out. Until next time, guys, stay creeped.
So now that we read good stories, would you say we're cool?
No, it's still cringe.
Let me see. Echo Sleep is actually a pretty good one.
Immediately knew who it was from.
All right.
Welcome back to Creepcast. Today we are looking into the creepypasta stratosphere. We're looking high into the creepypasta clouds, and we're reading a story called Necrosleep, which won a Pasta of the Month on Creepypasta Wiki. Back when is this? 2020, 2014?
It was written 2014, but it won January of 2015.
Okay, cool. So that is we're doing looking back on or looking on the website. We were looking for a story to read today, and we saw this one and thought it was pretty sweet. So, or interesting from a glance, and it seems like it has like a bunch of really awesome comments and stuff.
All right.
We just got done doing the Japanese episode that had like a bit of the like the post, like the guy who's like commenting and stuff. And I think this might be
the train station.
Yeah, I think this one might be somewhat similar. Of a man making posts or like or at least trying to reach out to people via online or something, or maybe even just talking about a website. I'm not sure, but it seems similar, and I really like the vibe of the train story, so I figured I'd read this one too.
Kinda.
Yep, this story was written by Limnaskate64. He wrote this back in 2014, and it seems a lot of people are pretty hyped about it. If you go to this website's formatted is not the best. But if you go to his creepypasta wiki profile, you can see him talking to other users, and one of them is friend of the show, Imperial Invective, or Travis.
Love Travis.
And it looks like he reached out to him all the way back in 2014 and was like, "Hey man, good story." And then Limnaskate said he was writing another one, but at least on the creepypasta wiki that never came out. So it looks like this guy had a one-hit wonder. That won Post of the Month. A lot of people are really hype about it, and then he hasn't posted in 12 years. So.
Is that one hit wonder, or is that a man batting 1,000? Flawless
That's true.
victory.
That's true. That's true. If you get onto the Yankees once and hit a grand slam and quit, everyone will remember you.
I think you will. I mean, if that's the only thing that you've ever hit was a grand slam, I think it's pretty good. Pretty good.
Well, just in case Limnaskate's still out there, sees this, and wants to continue writing, we're gonna link his creepypasta wiki profile in the description. So if Limnaskate's out there and wants to update with something new, or wants to remain the mysterious Shadow Man, we'll throw the ball in his court. But this one looks pretty cool. If you scroll through because the creepypasta wiki, I'll be the first to say, has some real losers in there. But if you scroll through Post of the Month, you'll typically find cream of the crop in a lot of cases. And this one sounds cool, so we're going to check it out. And again, Imperial Invective is known for excellent stories back to back. So if he likes it, I think I'm going to like it.
And also, just want to shout out our audio listeners on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Please give us a nice rating there if you want to listen over there. And also to our beautiful patrons who get exclusive stories and just get everything ad-free as well. So if you want to support the channel, feel free to check it out and check out all the other goodies that we have there. Now, Isaiah, without further ado, are you ready?
I'm ready to get into it. Are we really starting this early? No meandering, no.
I know. Well, I think this is. I think we're keeping a good pace. I think that this is the. I'm excited to get in. I will say looking at the wiki page here, there is one image that is of the necrosleep.net webpage, and I don't know why I keep thinking fear.com. It's giving me like similar vibes. Remember that?
What was fear.com? Was that like the website with all the
it was a movie from 2002.
Had like creepy videos?
Well, fear.com was I'm thinking of just the website or the movie from 2002.
The movie?
Yeah. It was during like the .com kind of boom thing, and they're just like, what if there was a creepy website where you died? That kind of thing. I don't really remember I don't remember the movie actually being that good, but I will say the poster or the cover of the movie scared the shit out of me when I was younger.
Oh, of the distorted face?
Yeah, it freaked me out.
That is a classic early 2000s distorted face. Look. It's got Natasha McKellone, I think that's her name. She played the wife in the Truman Show, I think. Is that right? No, she played the girl that Truman actually loved in the Truman Show. Yeah. Laura Linney played the wife. That's right.
And the guy who played Frost in Blade. Can't remember his name. Wanted to say Ethan Hawke. Definitely not Ethan Hawke. Can't remember his name.
Steven Dorff.
Yeah, Steven Dorff. He's also in those.
Yes.
I tried to quit smoking, but I had to get on this. Whatever.
Right. He's the cop that keeps chain smoking the whole time, and he's like, so it's like a. No, I think Steven Dorff is.
I think Steven Dorff is in a legitimate medical commercial where it's like, I use this patch to quit smoking. That's how I also remember him from.
Oh, of course, his grand slam with the quit smoking commercial. I'm looking at his IMDb right now. He's in one of those guys who's in movies that can't be real. Like there's a movie called Felon, where it just shows two prisoners. There's one called Gunslinger, where he's holding a gun. Mobland, where that's John Travolta. That's an AI John Travolta holding a gun.
He reminds me of like an Ethan Hawke. It's like the cool guy, whatever. You know, it's like the guy he's in a little more of the edgy stuff. Where he's kind of in he's in a bunch of like horror films, and he's also in a bunch of like other random movies. I feel like Ethan Hawke, like Steven Dorff and Ethan Hawke, are just in a bunch of shit. It doesn't matter. Who gives a shit?
But every now and then, Stephen Hawks in something like First Reformed, and it's like, oh well, that's fine. You can do whatever you want now.
Oh.
All right, anyway. Yeah, Necros. There we go. Now I feel.
Not me camera again. Why must you do this?
Now I feel like I could start the story. Excellent.
Oh.
Necrosleep. Cold case file. Necrosleep.net. April 18th, 2023. The following account is the only surviving evidence supporting the existence of Necrosleep.net. The blog data was downloaded by a concerned reader just before it vanished from the internet in 2014. The data was not recovered until 9 years had passed. These are the final days of Reed Murdoch, written in his own words. Okay, so this was posted in 2014, so at the time 2023 was just saying 9 years from now someone's going to find this, right?
That I don't know. I can't tell. It's hard to tell with. Sometimes it's hard to tell with how Creepypasta Wiki is like.
I'm pretty sure this was posted. Everything I've seen, it looks like it was posted in 2014. I don't think that was an addendum made.
So this is okay. So this is just a. Do you think
at the time, it was 9 years in the future. People find this.
Okay. I see.
So the only details for our story now is that these are the final days of Reed Murdoch. So
great name, by the way.
My Disconnected Life. Blog by Reed Murdoch. October 16th, 2014. Hey guys. So I've decided to start. Should I do this in a YouTuber voice before it goes bad?
No.
Okay. Hey guys. So I decided to start. Hey guys. So I've decided to start a blog about my new life. Most of you reading this.
Hello, Kiki Albino. How are you doing? How you doing?
I'll expose a little bit about myself. My name's Reed. I just moved out of my stupid parents' basement, thank God. And now I'm pursuing my own life where no one can push me. Okay, I'm sorry, I have to. Hey guys, so I've decided to start a blog about my new life. Most of you are reading this are probably my friends and acquaintances, but for the rest of you, I'll expose a little bit about myself. My name's Reed. I just moved out of my stupid parents' basement, thank God. And now I'm pursuing my own life where no one can push me around anymore. Technically, I'm the one who ditched the place, but they all kicked me out beforehand. Nobody gives a damn
what about you?
a
I'm doing
like
great.
Me, not even my parents.
Very good. Very nice.
Okay, so we are under the assumption here that Reed's a bit of a fractured character, a bit of a broken man, a crackhead who was living at home who definitely got kicked out of his parents' house probably for smoking crack.
Well, is he an actual crackhead, or is that in the way? Is that like the white girl, like, oh, I'm such a crackhead way? That wasn't really a term in 2014, right?
I don't even think I've heard someone say, "Oh, I'm such a crackhead." I mean, how?
You've never heard that?
No,
I feel like all the time it's like, my second coffee today. I'm being such a crackhead. Yeah.
Oh, well, maybe it is then. I am under the assumption that this is a full-blown drug addict that we're going to be dealing with.
I mean, if he got kicked out of his parents' house, yes, I would agree with that. I don't think if you like stay up till 11 p.m., your parents are like, on the street, go, be gone. Anyways, I'm doing my own thing now. I had to give up a few luxuries. My mom's hellacious cooking, not worthy of being called a luxury. I'd much rather live off discount ramen noodles anyways. Sometimes I'll even have corn on the side when I'm feeling extra fancy. Speaking of fancy, I'll admit my apartment is anything but. It's the cheapest one I can find, in fact. I find the saying, you get what you pay for, to be especially true when I'm trying to sleep to the lulling sound of what I can only guess is some old lady getting mugged in the dark alley next door. My ghetto sanctuary consists of one living room, a kitchenette, a bathroom, and a closet. The walls are practically made of cardboard, and the carpet is stained with God knows what. But it's good enough for me. Living with me is my poor excuse for a cat named Twig. She's one of those weird hairless breeds, and in turn, a real conversation piece. I'm often asked why the cat's turned inside out, or if she was a victim of some perverse taxidermy project gone wrong. Shoddy as my life seems, living on the cheap has its benefits. My cost of living's next to nothing, so I can make enough money to survive by doing odd jobs on the internet without ever leaving the house. I spend half the month writing bogus reviews for products I've never used, filling out surveys on political issues I know nothing about, then spend the other half surfing the web and watching pirated reruns of The X-Files. I don't even have to pay for internet service thanks to my neighbor's complete failure to secure their Wi-Fi hotspot.
I bet their data overages are through the roof now. Oh well, not my problem. I'll be updating this blog every day or two if I'm up to anything interesting. Thanks for reading this boring crap. Hopefully my life will get a little more exciting in the days to come. Read.
End of
I feel
blog
like all
one.
the stories you talk about, like pre-YouTube,
Yeah.
I feel like that could just fit into any one of them, and I wouldn't bat an eye.
What do you mean?
Just one day you could just be talking and be like, yeah, so I was in this this one room apartment with my hairless cat. I had a hairless cat named Twig for a while, and the neighbor didn't block their Wi-Fi, so I did that. But I just watched the X-Files all day and did fake surveys for money.
I did have a horrible experience when I was living in LA.
Look at that. Go ahead.
I lived in this, like, they said it was a 1-bedroom, which is like
man.
the biggest lie. I mean, it's so stupid. It was this tiny apartment. And they're like, oh, it's one.
I gotta get some more water. I'll be right back.
And then I went in there. It's half a wall, so it's like there's not even a.
I'm gonna be just like a minute or two. What is this? I'm your first hater, and since I hate you so much, I not gonna stay and watch the vid. Mwah ha 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 ha. I'm so evil. Okay. way to state your existence in the chat.
Whole wall. It's like almost like a bar, you know, like a bar countertop.
Yeah.
So they just put in like half a wall, and they're like, okay, well this is your bedroom, and you're like, okay, here's my half privacy wall. But the biggest thing with this was that there was this like huge, I was caught in the middle basically of a rivalry between families. There was these two Indian families that lived in the apartment complex. And
Here we go. Now we're in the meat of this. That was the appetizer.
Yeah,
I was like picking at the dumplings. There's a few chips, but now the steak's here. All right.
Well, I lived on the first floor, and across from me was this Indian family, and I would say predominantly in this apartment complex. I mean, it was a lot of Indian families, and just like a lot of people living in their apartments. Like, I mean, it might have been 2 bedrooms, but there was maybe 8 people living there. It was just a lot of people. It was just a lot of people. And across from me, there was one family, and then the people who lived above me on the second floor, they hated each other. I don't know really to what extent, but I would hear them screaming. I just had war flashbacks because this guy was like their cardboard walls. That could not even be that's legitimately what it felt like. And there was this one night this guy came out, and there was like absolute pandemonium, whatever. And in these like kind of like LA apartments, it's like kind of like not a compound, but it's like you go out, and it's whenever you step outside of your apartment, you are outside, even though you're still in your apartment complex.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they would be yelling at each other, and they were like throwing all of their food, and they were throwing wet towels and all this stuff at each other, right? And it kept hitting my door, and it hit my window. So I had like all of this food and wet clothes, wet towels all over my door handle, my windows. And instead of X-Files,
instead of X-Files, I was just I think I was like I like went through this weird period where I kept watching Pimp My Ride. So I was like watching Pimp My Ride like super loud, trying to drown out this thing. So it's Exhibit being like, you know, damn, you're very nasty. above me, it's people being like, do not look at her, do not look at her, over and over again. I was not. It was like that, back and forth. It was absolute pandemonium. And the reason that the half wall is important is because I didn't have I mean, like, it doesn't go up the ceiling. So then the living room window, which saw out into the like the common area, or like, you know, like the sidewalk that would go like the pool and all that stuff, whatever. It was there, and I would be trying to sleep, and you would just see the silhouettes of these people screaming. And once again, the wet towels. I know I keep saying wet towels. Yeah, I cannot emphasize the amount of.
Why did they have wet towels?
I don't know. At first, I thought
there
it was
a pool.
Yeah. Well, there's the pool.
Oh, okay.
But it was as if they washed it. There was only there's like a common, you know, like a washer and dryer room in the apartment complex, or whatever.
So it's like on the way
but
back.
The people above me, I think that they washed all of their stuff in their apartment, probably in their bath or something. I don't know. But it wasn't just. It's not like it was just like one or two, I don't know, beach towels to like dry off with. This was like bathroom towels.
This is like an entire family's collection of towels.
And imagine like a full. Not like a hand towel, a full bath towel that you dry your body off with, soaking wet, balled up, and then like thrown as hard as they can at a guy's like window. It's a goddamn. It becomes artillery after a while, but it was a very chaotic time. I went broke though, and I had to leave that place, so I would have stayed.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Where'd you go from there?
Utah. I was too embarrassed to.
Yeah, that's right.
I was too embarrassed to go back home. I already went broke before. I had to go back home.
That's
so I was
right.
like,
I remember you telling me about this.
Yeah.
And you worked with a bunch of Mormons over there. It was an installation center or something like that.
No, it was a solar panel company.
Solar panel, that was it. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they all took the Mormons I worked with.
Okay.
I took it was like a national holiday the day Avengers Infinity War, whatever came out. They because they're all Disney adults, you know. And they all freaked out, and they gave us the day off to see it. The day, by the way, just want to say it's a hour and a half, 2 hour long movie, and they're like, better take a full work day off to figure that one out.
Okay, all right. Hold on, going back. What would the families fight over? You said, like, don't look at her like their daughter.
I told you, I don't know. It would always be big blanket statements like that where there's obviously some kind of
there's been build up leading to
I have no idea about. I'm like,
right.
You know, and this is also happening. I'm bringing home groceries. I'm coming home from work. You hear these exchanges there. I might be watching Pimp My Ride in my apartment, and then you hear the kind of like the random things. It would just be like big. That was like, I remember calling my mom one time being like, I don't know what the conflict is. It would make so much more sense if it was like you cheated on my wife, or you know, like, or you slept with my wife, right?
Yeah.
It was either don't look at her, which I was like, okay, well, that could be maybe, I don't know, Peepin' Tom or something.
Could be wife, daughter, or something.
But then the next day it would be, give that back. Give it back. And you'd be like, well, what did he even take? You know?
There might have been like a Romeo-Juliet scenario going on. Like they had a couple, one of them had like a teenage son, the other a teenage daughter, you know?
I guess, I don't know. It was a lot of people. I mean, like it was like, I mean, like a family of people. I mean, it was like a wife, a dad, kids, grandma. I mean, it was a lot of people in the
It was a generational conflict. But you would just see the explosions when they would pass each other going to laundry.
I mean, in the most...
That's probably why the one family washed their towels in the bath, so they wouldn't have to see the other family.
I mean, maybe, I don't know. It was chaotic. If any of our listeners who's existing in an apartment right now.
MV, I'm the Miguel. Great art, bro. Thank you very, very much.
Every apartment I've ever lived in,
Glad you like it.
I always had some kind of issue. I hated it.
Got a first-time chatter.
In an apartment.
You'll love to see it.
Closest was when I was dating Kayla. She lived in the dorms at college, so I would go like, you know, stay there and stuff. But obviously, you know, everyone's same age going to classes. There's not nearly as much like familial drama. There's drama with like people getting drunk and, you know, parties and stuff, but not that kind. Not, you know, just throwing stuff or whatever.
We always just had a bunch of always had a bunch of very creepy, weird. Apartments are just such a weird place to meet people. But anyways,
Gosh, it's so good. Okay, yeah. So anyway, back to the story. Necro sleep.
Well, I mean, you know, at least so far we have at least understood this about our main character. Person, it seems like newly on their own, doesn't go out a lot, is a homebody who basically exists on the internet all day. That's pretty much what we've found out so far.
Right. Well, he got kicked out because of smoking crack. That is the difference between you and him. You didn't smoke. I don't think smoked crack at any point in this.
I have not smoked crack.
Scenario.
If I have, I would admit it.
You would talk about it. I know.
I don't think I would judge anyone. I don't think I would judge anyone who smoked crack maybe once. I think if they're like, well, I've done it a couple times.
Is that droid? Yes, it is.
You know, like what was the unanswered question?
Yes, indeed. It is our Jaime. It is Jaime.
Between the times. Because if someone does crack and then 3 years later they do it again, I think they're still... yeah, exactly. Exactly. When they do that, it's like, all right, so you were crack addicts for a little while. Which, again, clean, totally fine. But there's a big difference between spacing them out and like grouping them all up.
Dude, I have my own personal vices with fucking food and who doesn't drink a little too much. You know what? If someone's just like, you know what, I'm not a
Hugs from Portugal? Hell yeah, brother.
I think I'd get taken care of, but God bless you, is what I'd say.
Yeah, it's like, this isn't good for you. You need to do better, but, you know, I'm glad you can't see the things that I'm not great at, so must suck that.
Nice, bro, nice. Shout out to Portugal, though.
I get it. October 18th, 2014. I've decided to do something unusual. It's 3 a.m. and I intend to stay up all night. Caffeinated beverages at my side. Why am I doing this, you ask? Because I'm permanently switching to a nocturnal sleep schedule. In other words, I'll be sleeping during the day instead of the night. I have a number of good reasons for doing this. Number one, there's less people out at night. So leaving the building won't be such a dreaded thing. Number two, sunlight gives you cancer, right? Number three, screw social norms. Number four, internet speed seems to increase substantially after midnight. Number five, it's a free country. I don't even need reasons. I like how his fifth reason is that the reasons are needed.
Oh, that's kind of a cool effect.
So the first point's interesting. He's dreading leaving the building because of people. So it may just be because of his addiction. But he also may be a bit agoraphobic of like running into others and stuff. Also, I ran into this cool forum called Nocturnal Underground. Naturally, it's full of sun-loathing recluses and cynical misanthropes like me. How perfect. I registered straight away and found the forum dwellers to be very welcoming. It's not the most famous of internet destinations, more of a tight-knit hole in the wall for a very obscure subculture. We all seem to share general appreciation for societal disconnect, which is cool because I really thought I was the only whack job who can't stand dealing with normal people. After all, it's these normal people who are telling me I don't have the right to smoke whatever substances I damn well please, as if it's their business. I'll let you all know how this whole nocturnal thing works for me. Peace out. Have we done, I feel like we have we done stories before where the protagonist is an addict of some kind?
No, I mean, I don't think that this guy's a crack addict, actually. I think that you're probably right. I think it's him just being like, oh, it's my crack addict, because already he's starting to show like, kind of like what you're saying, like, oh, I stay up all night, I'm as twingy as a crackhead, or something, like I'm just
yeah, but then he had that line where he said...
Yeah, but it's just weed or something, like smoke, whatever.
Well, yeah, I mean, it could be. It could just be weed or something like that. But he did get kicked out of his house, so could be actual crack. I don't know, but he clearly doesn't like other people, which I imagine this forum is where, like, he's gonna find whatever necro sleep is and stuff, so... October 21st, 2014. I'm I'm adjusting very well to my new lifestyle. I can already tell this is the way I should have been living all along. The internet is a far more interesting place during the night. Everything has been fairly normal lately, except for one thing. Yesternight, I saw. I guess yesternight would technically be a word. Yesternight, I received a mysterious private message on Nocturnal Underground. Here it is. Copy and paste it for your reading pleasure. To Readman 07 from Revelation 666. Subject, necrosleep.net.
Congratulations, Readman07. You've been invited to an invitation-only website that will change your life forever. Discover what society doesn't want you to know at necrosleep.net. Use your exclusive invitation code to enter DCLXVI. Find out what you've been missing your entire life. necrosleep.net.
That is Roman numerals for 666 too.
Okay, so DCLXVI is?
DCLXVI is 666.
Oh, okay,
666. Yeah.
I see.
So, and it's also the name was Revelation 666, so you know, probably fine.
This episode is sponsored by Warby Parker. Buying glasses does not have to be so complicated. Oftentimes, it's hard to tell if the glasses are going to fit your face or if you're being charged for a fair price. Why are they asking me to do this? I don't wear glasses. I don't know anything about this.
I literally wear Warby Parker glasses.
Do you like Warby Parker?
Yeah, these are 15 or 10 years old. Well, they're old.
Why don't you get new ones? Are you allergic to just spending money on quality things?
These are $100.
That is why I'm in love with Warby Parker. Nothing comes close to Warby Parker quality, price, selection, and customer service. Their virtual try-on feature lets you try before you buy with your phone. You can try on tons of frames on your face in real time, letting you feel good about your choice you make. Warby Parker has tons of options, and you can get lenses in prescription, non-prescription, progressive, and even as readers. Right away, you can tell the difference in quality, and they have been the perfect partner for long drives and late-night streams. So ditch your old, unreliable glasses and grab a pair from Warby Parker. Their prescription glasses start at $95, allowing you to look stylish at an affordable price. Nick, come here. These are Warby Parker glasses.
These are 10 years old, guys. Look, the quality. They're perfect.
Plus, Warby Parker has distributed over 20 million pairs of glasses to people in need through their Buy a Pair, Give a Pair program. Warby Parker gives you quality and better-looking prescription eyewear at a fraction of the going price. Our listeners get 15% off plus free shipping when they buy 2 or more pairs of prescription glasses at warbyparker.com/creepcast. That's 15% off when you buy 2 pairs of glasses at warbyparker.com/creepcast. After you purchase, they'll ask where you heard about them. Please show your support and tell them that we sent you there specifically in person with a gun. Thank you so much to Warby Parker for sponsoring the episode. Now back to the fucking episode.
Not nice.
I want to take a moment to thank today's
Maybe
sponsor.
more of a soft light.
I
Maybe
would
a hard
consider
light.
this job labor, but when I do actual labor,
Go with
it's
maybe a
fun
50.
It seems a lot of the brands that are comfortable aren't that durable, and the brands that are durable don't really care about your comfort. Thankfully, someone's decided to make the best of both worlds, and that someone is Brunt Workwear. Brunt boots are as stylish as they are comfortable and durable. They sent me a pair, which I greatly appreciate. And this boot, the Soft Toe Marin, is waterproof, leather, comfortable. You don't have to sacrifice on jobs
This
now.
lighting
Brunt's
can
founder,
kinda work.
Eric Gerard,
Screen.
grew up blue collar and saw that a lot of work companies were becoming fashion companies. So Brunt's determination was to make leather boots that didn't have a break-in period or stiff leather or give you sore feet. And their options include things like waterproof and soft toe or safety toe or lace up or pull on. As a matter of fact, Brunt is so confident in their boots that during their trial period, you can wear them to the job site. That's right, you don't just try on the boots and walk around your home, they want you to work in them and see if you notice a difference. And if you don't, you can send them back for a full refund. Brunt also makes things like heavy-duty pants, jackets, and hoodies to ensure that you're well equipped and comfortable wherever you are. Brunt was tired of seeing brands cut corners and wanted you to be comfortable whatever you're doing. And for a limited time, our listeners can get $10 off their order when they use code CREEPCAST at checkout. That's right, just head to the link in the description at bruntworkwear.com and use discount code CREEPCAST to get $10 off your Brunt Workwear order today. And after you check out, if you could let them know we sent you, it would really mean a lot. Thank you to Brunt for sponsoring the show. Their link will be in the description, and we are now back to the episode. Sounds like a total scam, but it piqued my interest. I couldn't resist going to the site just to see what the hell it was. So, I I went there and arrived at a completely empty black page. I noticed the text cursor blinking in the center, indicating that I could type. I presumed that this was where I was supposed to put in the invitation code, and I presumed correctly. When the homepage loaded, I immediately noticed that all of the text was in Russian besides the title header, which simply said necrosleep.net in English. My web browser automatically detected that the site was Russian and offered to translate it for me, so of course I clicked yes. Now, the site was clearly on the shady side. Whoever made it was certainly not well versed in web design, as it had more in common with a notepad document than a good web page. The background was black, the white text was written in the oh-so-generic Courier font, and under the title header was a row of red hyperlinks labeled as follows: main, purchase, secret, and credit. Here's an excerpt from the main page.
Welcome to necrosleep.net. This website is invitation only. Selected visitors have exclusive access to our special product that will change your life forever. Necrosleep is a product that safely negates the biological necessity of sleep. Thanks to our miraculous secret formula, with 1 pill a day, you will never feel the need to sleep again. Try it for yourself by clicking the purchase link. Necrosleep doesn't change your life.
I use Clip Studio Paint, as you can see kind of right up here. I use the XE version, which is the more expensive version.
This
but yeah.
is Russian sleep experiment territory with the whole, if you stay awake long enough, you know, you unlock something, or you quit staving something off.
I think
you
a nice
don't realize
contrast. Let me, I think, just I think
cool.
we'll blur it, probably.
What a bold claim these people are making. There's no way this stuff actually works. Otherwise, everyone would be taking it. Obviously, I was skeptical, and still am, but I snooped around the site a bit more, just out of curiosity. I clicked the secret hyperlink, which took me to another page. Here's the text from said page.
Necrosleep is comprised of special and rare ingredients, which we cannot disclose in order to ensure that our formula stays in private hands. In order to keep our product available, it can only be distributed through alternative means on an exclusive basis. The active ingredient in Necrosleep has been sought after for years by doctors and scientists intending to displace sleep with wakefulness. Only we have managed to do what others could not, as permitted by the will of our master. We can assure you with full confidence that our product will change your life, and you will never feel the need to sleep again. Feel free to indulge in our secret.
I'm assuming Master is the devil or something adjacent, given all the 666 stuff.
I hope not.
So far.
I hope not. Probably, but
I mean, the name of the account was Revelation 666.
I mean, I get that. I'm just saying,
I agree. It'd be more impressive if it doesn't, or if they never, allude further as to what Master is. But I'm just bear trapping right now. That's probably the direction.
It's not a fucking bear trap.
What colors I use? So I have a preset, not a preset, but a
I think that would.
I have a.
Because that requires some previous knowledge of what 666 means, and I also had to read Roman.
So I have right here a bunch of color sets. So all these colors I basically will just pick and choose from.
I'm just putting pieces together.
So yeah, there's a variety of things.
It can be a beaver trap.
I also tend to use the triangle instead of the
and they don't have teeth,
square. So this.
More like black market. Whatever's going on here doesn't appear to be legal exactly.
It just kind of shrinks this to one spot.
Anyways, I continue
so
click the credit.
Usually what I'll do is I'll try and
when I was confronted with honestly the most uncanny photo of a living person.
Also usually use like a certain color for each character is more specifics. Like Grizzy tends to be orange, Puffer tends to be teal with like a very bright aqua. Droid is like a bright green with like a darkish blue, and then Pezzy is like a pink with, not a pink, but like a magenta with some dark reds. And Grizzy's like a bright orange with military greens. That kind of thing. Not always, but sometimes. It'll be switched up. Maybe I'll have Grizzy in a purple. Or dressed in purple or something like that.
Please.
Hail a Stan.
Please, Lord. Okay. Brilliant Dr. Hail a Stan, proxy of our master and founder of the Ukrainian Institute of Occult Medicine. His work lives on.
Ukrainian Institute of Occult Medicine. Okay. It is. I was gonna make a joke before the Hail A stand about like, oh, look at our brilliant leader, and it's like a corpse just stood up.
Purple grizzly? Well, I mean, like, his character will be dressed in purple, not him actually be purple.
Props to our master, occult medicine. Maybe I've watched too many horror movies, but this isn't your typical.
But yeah, sometimes I'll just mix it up. I'll just kind of see what
Maybe
sticks.
they're part of some deranged religious group or something. I admit I was slightly creeped out, but more fascinated. Click the purchase hyperlink out of mere curiosity once again. Turns out each pill costs some absurd amount of Russian currency, which I found out was equal to about $130 per pill. Ridiculous. Not that I would buy them, even if I could. I immediately left the site. At this point, I'm guessing it's probably a lousy foreign credit card scam or some weird cult initiative. Either way, it made my day more interesting than it normally would have been. Next blog post, October 22nd, 2014. I posted a thread on Nocturnal Underground about the mystery user who sent me the strange PM. I found myself wanting to know more about this whole necrosleep.net thing. So as part of my investigation, I sought to find out who the user was. Here's a transcript of the forum thread. Hey guys, I hope I'm not disrupting the order of things by posting this in the trolling and harassment section. I didn't know where else to put it. I figured this incident of mine might qualify as a spam case.
Oh, thanks. That makes sense. That sounds like a funny idea. Am I allowed to ask more questions? Absolutely. Ask away, my friend. Ask away.
I've never seen before, called Revelation 666. And the message was an advertisement for some supplement. Has anyone seen this user on the forums before? I sure haven't. If you have any information, that'd be great.
Cosmic Trash Bin says, I don't recognize the username. Must be fairly new or just inactive. What were the exact contents of the message? We could probably get an admin to ban him for advertising.
Here's a screen cap of the
Screen.
message.
Okay, that's what I chose.
Did you actually go to the website? I hope not. It's probably infested with viruses.
Just tried going there. It's just a black screen. The invite code didn't work either. It just gave me a pop-up box that said invalid IP.
Of course I went there. I couldn't resist.
Doesn't work for me either. Invalid IP. If it only works for Readman07, maybe it's bound to his IP somehow. Can you get some screenshots of the site? You've sparked my interest.
Here you are. The page was initially in Russian, so I had my browser translated.
Looks shady as hell.
Wow. Don't even mess with it. You're asking for trouble just by clicking the link. Probably being keylogged as we speak. Not to mention the product they're selling is probably laced with cyanide. If he's stupid enough to buy it, well, the gene pool is better off without him anyways. Never trust a Russian.
I'm Russian and I find that offensive.
You just said you were Asian last week. Make up your damn mind.
I leave this thread for 5 minutes and chaos ensues. Everybody calm the expletive down. Of course I'm not going to mess with it. These supposed miracle pills are $130 each anyways. Who do you think I am, Johnny Cash?
Just because his name was Johnny Cash doesn't mean he was rich or had lots of cash or whatever.
What? Of course he was rich, you dumb son of a bitch. He's Johnny's fucking Cash.
Whose bright idea was it to equip this form with a profanity filter anyways? It's stupid.
Before this thread deteriorates any further, let me just say, I've put tape over my webcam, just in case something slipped past my antivirus, but it's probably just a credit card scam or something. I'll do some research on it tomorrow. Sun's been up for 3 hours and I'm running low on energy drinks.
I'll contact one of the admins about this. Spam isn't tolerated here. I ought to see if they're willing to install the profanity filter plugin as well.
I got a message later on from HG Wishing Wells, that's a good name, one of the admins, saying that the user Revelation 666 doesn't exist in the database, that the only way I could have received the message is if the mail client was bypassed somehow. In other words,
Thank you. I always wondered how people figure out where to put the shading/lighting. Yeah, I mean, you have to kind of...
I like the idea.
Best way I can describe it is you kind of have to... You have to understand how light actually works. So the way light works is you can have multiple sources. So let's just say there's one source. Like, let's just say it's outside. So usually if you're outside, there's no buildings. It's usually the sun that is the primary light source, or it's in the day. Also, when your animations for a video, what do you do first, the story or the animation? Since I heard people just draw out the plot before they think of a story. Well, I mean, usually it's because for these, the story is already kind of planned out quote unquote. Like I do a little bit. It's mostly I take the audio and just cut down stuff to kind of just make it richer, quote unquote. But anyway, going back to lighting. So technically, actually, let me just, that's not what I want. Do not save. File, no, just quick thing. Let's just start with a circle real quick. This is a great way to kind of just demonstrate, and we'll just do it in gray just for the sake of simplicity. So, quick art lesson, basically, is just the way light works is you have let's just say the sun, and it's coming this direction. And so essentially what happens is light will be have this. All right, so that's kind of a basic shading. Actually, so you have that, which is I forget what the actual terminology is, but it's kind of your basic cell shading, quote unquote. And then what happens is you usually have something a little bit darker, and I believe that this is called the terminator. This is where it's at its darkest. And then you have, so here, maybe it's a little bit lighter, you have your reflective light. And what this light does is that this light right here bounces on the ground and comes this way. So this is how you get that reflective, or not reflective light, but this is how you get, I need to remember the terms, but this is essentially, it's so cool. I always wanted to know how people add onto a scene when they animate for someone's video, like putting in a reference or a extra funny moment. Yeah, well, I mean, it's usually just kind of, it's not super planned out every single time. It's more so, just trying to see what works. It's like, oh, do they reference this? I can do something with that. Or it's like, oh, maybe there's just this one word and you just tweak it a little bit and you try and do something not unexpected, but just something that's a little bit more exaggerated, kind of cartoony. It's like, so it's like, oh, who's the loudest nutter? And so I thought nut, I thought squirrel. What do squirrels do? They chew on nuts. You know, when you're chewing, you're making noise. So it's stuff like that. Like it's extrapolating to a degree. You can be kind of loose with it with comedics, but you know. But anyway, going back to this. So for how light works, and then you have kind of your basic lighting right here. So this is kind of how it works if you were to kind of do it as like a layer. And then I'll just kind of do a quick, just a smidge of blending. Nothing too harsh. So right here, however, the transition between the like dark and light is actually a lot thinner. What is the best way I can describe it? Whereas if it's here, obviously it depends on the light source, but it can orient and whatnot. But also this is going to just, I think, be a little on the edge. Obviously there's a variety of, oh, that's the wrong one. Gotta just make it a little bit more. So it's a little blurry. It's not perfect, unfortunately. Actually, I think this is going to be, actually it should be a bit darker. So let's say, and then we can also make this a bit darker, kind of right there. I'm just doing an airbrush for this, just for the demo. So this is kind of your basic color wheel thing. Thinking about the logic of the lighting for William, any questions? Absolutely. No, you're good. You're good. But yes. But it does take a bit of practice because it's also like the ball is just one example. I think this is a little too bright, so I'm going to add another layer. And also what I'm going to do is just add it to give it a more spherical shape. And just so it's not as flat. Actually, let me change this to black. Yes. right? And so we have this. I'm just gonna give it a little bit more volume. But actually, I was a little bit wrong on this cast shadow. I think that's what it's called, or not cast shadow. But typically, what happens is it reflects, drops down, and it kind of does that. So, and then this is also one way you can easily add color to your. So you're talking. So with this, I'm just using black and white because it's more focused on the value rather than the color. You can do specifically in these kind of programs is a gradient map. And just like let's say this, and let's just say you add it to this, and boom, you have your color essentially. Or you can do maybe this. You can play around with the thing, but for example, if we wanted a skin texture, skin, it's a little different, but was turning the background to black to make it easier to find the dimensions of the shape? No, it's more so to bring out the contrast of the color because it's a little bit dull. Like if it's black, it's just more so to have it pop out, just to be a little bit more clear. Like if I turned it to white, it kind of does the same thing. It's the two extremes of the value system, so it varies. But like let's say we have something like this. We have a blue ball, and so we do that. We also have this, and it looks like a evil eye. I've never seen a program do that before. Well, I mean, so a variety of, I think, these kind of painting things will have gradient maps. I use Clip Studio just because that's what I'm familiar with, but most drawing or illustration programs will have some kind of gradient map, from what I understand. Could be wrong, obviously, but this is one way. I think sometimes comic book people will do it. But you do have to, but basically the way it works is that when a gradient map is applied, it is taking these values and assigning them to the value that is associated with in this term, black and white. So like this kind of like very light peach will be what replaces white, whereas this really, really dark red will be what replaces black. And then the next color essentially is going to be, and if you reverse it, it does the opposite. So the lighter color is the lighter the color, it's going to do that and whatnot. But if you reverse it again, you go back to kind of something like that. But yes, there are a variety of ways to do it. So like that. So you can do your entire drawings in black and white and then just do the color later. I use Ibis and other programs to make you pay for cool things like grids. Oh, I see. Like, here's the thing. You don't have to do this. And it is a good skill to actually practice with color and understand color rather than just relying on gradient maps. But it can help. But the thing is, it helps you focus on your value. So, yeah, that's just a couple of things. But anyway, I guess we got to get back to the thumbnail art. Yeah.
Well, first off, the kind of like the.
Ooh.
Also, I like the idea of somebody.
Yeah, I know Krita is a free program that has a lot of features, from what I understand.
Forum page or website, just to be like, hey, we have this.
Did you make these gradients? No. So what I did was hang on.
Satan stuff. I feel like
So Clip Studio has a marketplace where you can go and download a bunch of stuff. I think Krita has the same thing. But basically you can go and download a bunch of stuff. And some of it is free, some of it has like its own currency. Like what is this? Color grunge tone texture. What does it do? Oh, it's a texture thing. But yeah, so you can just look up gradient. Oh, and also, do you draw the background first or the characters? Usually I draw the characters because for the thumbnail, I want to make sure that the characters are the primary focus. The background is much more of a kind of a dressing. But yeah, you can find like a bunch of like gradients on here. You have a gradient skin effect. A variety. Actually, I'm going to download that. I'll add those later. Yeah, so like this is how it kind of this is usually how it divides it, how the gradient maps work. Let's see what else. But yeah, no, there's a variety of things you can find. You got pens, you got brushes, and they all automatically are available in your program to play around with. You know, fire, flame, shadow brush, you know, things like this. Luckily, a lot of them are pretty much free. And so, yeah. Or like prisms, things like this. You know, chains. You know, blender brushes. Yeah, so like things like that. Might try this. But yeah, again, they have so many like different variety and things. So yeah. Anyway. So I'll leave that there. But yeah. How long did it take you to find a brush suitable for you? I mean, I like to experiment occasionally, but for right now, what I'm doing is I'm just doing cell shading, so I'm just using my basic G pen right here. But I have a variety of stuff. I keep my brushes separate from my pens just for clarity's sake, but I have a bunch of different ones. I don't use most of them. That is, I think, the biggest flaw with just downloading a bunch. Writing this all down, by the way. Don't worry, it'll be available on the YouTube live section, so you can always go back and check it out. It'll be around the hour and a half mark. Hour and a half mark. Look what they need to change even a fraction of our power.
That it's like that beat right there would have revealed that it's the okay. Well, either somebody's hacking this thing, or it's almost like a fucking ghost is contacting me, or something like a little more paranormal or something. I think it's pretty cool. Yeah. Or even if you take out the paranormal in general, and it is someone just being like they bypass and they want to talk to you directly.
Yes.
Instead of that. That mystery is
For
fun.
some reason.
Yeah, you'll be able to go back and look through it if you need help.
Sleeping through the day, I'm contacted by this person
Yeah.
so I don't have to sleep anymore. I think that would be pretty cool. The Satan takes a lot of wind out of the sails.
I'm not gonna be a previous hunter would be rolling his
Yeah.
eyes and huffing and puffing.
You literally did that.
Well,
you did that exact thing.
I mean continuously, and I would be like, "This is bad." Blah blah blah. I'm saying that I'm having faith that this is going to course correct, and that it will pay off.
Now, what changed in you? Why are you not previous hunter right now?
I think after one, you read so much stuff that you just after a while, not that you become desensitized to it, but I think that you have to have some semblance of faith that something is going to be better. You know what I mean?
Right. You have to hope.
And also, who just wants to listen to a fucking Debbie Downer the whole time? It's like, you know, like we're having fun reading it. I don't think that this story is like bad so far. I think it's kind of cute. We'll see.
All right. We'll see if you keep this positive disposition. October 23rd, 2014. I finally got around to Googling necrosleep. The results were mostly irrelevant YouTube channels and defunct 90s screamo bands from the looks of it, but I noticed among the garbage results a link to a post on fastmd.com. The preview said,
"Does anyone know if this necrosleep stuff actually works?"
So I clicked on it, only to be directed to a page stating the post you're looking for has been deleted and no longer exists.
Actually, I think that's a bit better. It's too.
Nothing could ever be easy.
Turn it to a softer light. Be a bit better, I think.
Results and had to scan
Because that I
over
think
several
stands out
pages
more.
of them before finally running into an old gaming forum thread where the website necrosleep.net was mentioned. This time, the post
That is not what I want.
in the middle of a conversation about maximizing prop production in some medieval strategy game, one of the users claimed to have taken necrosleep in order to tend to his virtual farm 24 hours a day. Needless to say, the other forum patrons were highly skeptical. The guy posted a link to necrosleep.net in an attempt to back up his claim, ultimately failing to convince him because, you guessed it, the site was bound to his IP address. He also had the same invitation code as me, DCLXVI, leading me to believe that it's just a formality intended to make you feel special. But that doesn't explain why and how my IP, and apparently someone else's, got singled out. Again, it's like finding people who have made the determination to not sleep or to want to not sleep.
And I think that's pretty fun. Also, this idea too of the chronic online culture, or even like a guy being like, I need to tend to my video game for 24 hours a day. It's almost like it is almost making like a deal with the devil, you know. And once again, it's like that concept would be so much funnier or so much funner if it wasn't Dr. you know, Haley Stan.
Hail A Stan. Yeah. It'd be. I would respect the story pretty big if that was all a misdirect.
Maybe it is. You know, maybe it is. It's just so on the nose that I'm hoping it's just like it's
could be
misdirect. Yeah.
Hail A Stan. The braggart then claimed that there was irrefutable proof of his ceaseless wakefulness in his in-game score. In relation to
Wait, so are you making a thumbnail for the Clueless channel? Oh, no. I'm making one for my animation next week. So yeah. No gigs, unfortunately. Besides, the Clueless channel has non-drawn thumbnails, so it wouldn't really jive well.
They attributed his accomplishment to an automatic bot
So it's what it is.
that operated the game for him during the night. Since cheating in this way is against the game rules, his account was promptly banned, according to the moderator at the end of the thread. Sure enough, in little red letters below his form avatar,
It's what it is.
banned for bot abuse, 8/12/2006. I couldn't find any more relevant results for Necrosleep or Necrosleep.net other than what I just told you about. Looks like these online dope dealers are pretty stealthy. I'm just dying to know what their real motives might be, because I could think of a million better ways to steal someone's credit card number or peddle quack remedies. Could be a prank, but evidently this has been going on since 2006 at least. Perhaps some jokes just never die.
I kind of read that ending as him also being like, I think he's starting to come around to like something like, I think he believes that this thing is not just a scam. Like I think that he's like,
He's starting to be like, ha guys, funny joke, ha.
Really, art style looks like something a YouTuber would use for in a compliment. Oh, I mean, I would like a thing eventually, but at the moment it's what it is. But thank you. Yeah.
Like if they're being this shady and like,
I think one of my issues is that
there's only like that guy.
Because I've been trying to, because I'm friends with some, well, not friends, but acquaintances with some thumbnail artists, and so I ask for advice occasionally, if I have time to, like, just be like, hey, how do you, what's something you use and whatnot, and things like that, but yeah.
Because like you said, Necrosleep sounds like scary YouTube videos or metal bands and stuff like that, you know? There was a bunch of results covering it, so maybe if you do dig deep enough, you will find random, maybe people can't make a post about it, but maybe the phrasing is mentioned in comments around the internet and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Credit card.
Because I think what's charged his mind is like the fact that it grabbed his IP and it like basically hacked a site so that it could mail him this like offer to buy a product. It's been doing that for nearly a decade. So I think that's why he thinks this isn't just a scam.
That's the thing, why would a ghost even give a fuck about the pills costing anything versus
Artists do. How do you meet art? Well, I haven't met them in real life, just on like Discord and stuff.
I'm wondering the financial.
More so, just kind of like being aware. I think of other things. I think so. Like Droid's thumbnail artist, Ash, and I guess also Docky's. I asked her to do the backgrounds for my season 3 intro, and that's how I think we got, not to like know each other, but that's how I contacted her first. And so I commissioned her to do that, and then I think we did the Mecha Chameleon streams together with like their artists and whatnot, and so yeah, and then Chias, who does stuff for Rectrix, Pasta, and sometimes Wildcat. There's Jihi, who does stuff for cartoons primarily. I don't know if she does other stuff. I think she did Pezzy's original like banner or channel logo. It was kind of just like reaching out and just like attempting to strike up a conversation, but not being too reliant on some of the things and whatnot. So right now I'm just trying to not simplify my thumbnails, but try to be a lot less because I think my other like this thumbnail is way too crowded. Way too much text, and so I gotta come back to more like this kind of thing where it's just like loudest nutter, I think make this a little bit smaller. And then process videos for like the members and stuff. But yeah. Okay.
Aspect to it of
But yeah, not too much about. I don't know about our trades. I'm not that experienced, but
I don't think it's a
you know, we'll like
ghost.
maybe
I think
exchange
cult's
like
more likely.
progress updates or maybe like work in progresses
also,
occasionally,
money
but
makes
not super often.
Because if you got a spam ad, it's like free. Just click here and give us your address. It'd be like, okay, you know. I feel like the money legitimizes it somehow.
I also think, you know, reaching out to them, just saying hi.
It's hard out there.
Yeah.
If me and you invented a pill that lets you stay up all night, are we going to sell that for free? No.
I need 25 ghost dollars.
Yeah, well, which is the equivalent of like $300 USD payout.
It's 4 Bitcoin for a ghost dollar.
It's, oh my gosh, it's like it's like 300. Bypass the system just to send me these messages and make me this offer.
Not completely self-taught. I'd say I'm like 65% taught and like 30. Well, it's like half and half kind of. Doing this, I was more self-taught. It was just more repetition and just kind of trying to take in everything. So there's that.
Find out what you've been missing your entire life, risk-free. Necrosleep.net.
But yeah.
All right, there it is. There you go. There's your. Why would they not just give it to you? Make you think it's a free product, and then they slide you the offer. Once again, my curiosity.
Okay.
Bracing myself for whatever scam was coming my way, I clicked the link. I was taken to a page asking for my address. Nothing more. Thought about it carefully, knowing full well that these people likely have malicious intentions. But if I entered my post office box, what's the worst that could happen? Them sending me some junk mail or faulty pills? The point is that I'll finally know what they want from me. I entered the address. October 28th, 2014. I decided to go back to the thread I posted on Nocturnal Underground and let people know what's up. Sure enough, their reactions.
Burnout, I guess? I don't know. To be honest, I have so many ideas. I don't know if I'm gonna run out anytime soon. Yeah, burnout is one way.
Then it asked me for my address, but don't worry. I only entered my P.O. box.
Are you out of your fucking mind?
I take it you couldn't persuade the admins to disable the profanity filter.
No shit, Sherlock. Apparently they got a huge kick out of watching us quarrel over it.
I wouldn't be surprised if HG Wishing Wells sent me these weird messages just to stir up some controversy around here.
Neither would I.
The mystery has been solved. Everybody go home. In all seriousness, I had nothing to do with this. I swear on my great-grandmother's life.
Swearing on the life of a dead person isn't exactly the most convincing way to plead.
I think the joke's gone far enough. HG, did you do it or not? I really didn't do it. The admins and I generally perplexed when we saw where the message came from. Or should I say, where the message didn't come from. It was certainly not from any registered user on the inside. If they actually send you the pills, are you gonna take them? You couldn't pay me $1 million to try that shit. I can personally guarantee you that the stuff is too good to be true. Nothing can make you stay.
Oh yeah, no, I've had problems with that. It's just my advice to be not cruel but kind of blunt is it really is just a matter of like finding the thing and drawing it over and 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 over again, because then you start to build muscle memory, then it's easier to do it and repetition. You learn how things work on a construction basis. And you kind of just stumble upon it in a way. It's not so much a dissection, it's more of a discovery. It's more of an unearthing in the Meat Canyon podcast, the Creepcast. Yes, I am listening to Creepcast. I'm listening to Necrosleep episode. So yeah.
Gonna take it unless I find some more information on it. Do you really think I'm that stupid? Chill out, guys. I probably won't update this thread anymore. Just follow my blog if you want to know what's up with me. Links on my profile.
Yeah.
I hate this idea of him saying, I hate the idea of him being like, okay, even if I got the pills, like I'm not going to take them unless I find more information on it. It's like, what? Just don't take them. Even if you felt like
I'm not gonna take them unless I look at them and think about it and then take them. Then I'll do it, and you can follow on my blog. Link in the description.
This episode's sponsored by Hollow Socks. Throughout the day, your feet are stuck in a game of hot and cold. Freezing 1 minute and clammy the next. Thankfully, Hollow Socks is here to change the game. Hollow Socks are made with baby alpaca fiber. Wow. Fiber ensuring they're built for both warm and cold weather, long days on your feet, and everything in between. They manage the moisture on your feet, saving you from stewing in your own sweat. And their durable no-itch knit are perfect for any type of work day.
Do you? I just found your channel. Yes, I heard a lot of artists making comics. I do not have a thing on Webtoon. I've been really busy with this, so it's more. It's for me. It's just more so just trying to find the time to even make one. But also, I'm not a huge fan of the Webtoon format. I don't really like the vertical.
For a limited time, Hollow Socks is having a buy two get two free sale. Head to hollowsocks.com.
Like, I'm not a huge fan of scrolling to read a comic. I'd much rather prefer like a page and whatnot.
They'll ask where you heard about them. Please show your support and tell them that we sent you. Thank you, Hollow Socks. Back to the episode.
Exactly. Yeah. If you want to see how I'm dying and I'm like bleeding from the inside out, check out my blog.
No, I do not have one.
You can watch me go through complete organ failure on my OnlyFans, link on my profile.
Yeah, goatee, put all the pills in my asshole, take a picture of it. It's on my blog. It's on my OnlyFans.
You know, OnlyFans was originally intended to be like a Patreon competitor. It was just supposed to be like creators do their own thing, but they didn't moderate nudity quick enough, so here we are. Do you remember that time that OnlyFans was like, we're gonna remove all adult content from the site, and then they had a meeting and immediately were like, we are not gonna remove adult content.
I feel like it was like for like 20 minutes. Like you would lose all of your revenue.
Yeah, so they walked into that board meeting. Someone said that at the company, and then they had a board meeting, and it's like, okay, so we are going to be making 0.05% of our current revenue if we do that. So.
Proof for who sleeps to Creepcat? Sure, I guess. If you want to.
Destiny doesn't choose its heroes. It finds them.
Oh, I think it's storming outside. A storm's a brewing.
What were you about to say? Nothing. I heard you say something about a guy shoving something. There's a thought. No, I think you should continue with whatever that was.
Anywho's, let me just finish up some little details.
Possibility that it's a prank by the admins. I don't think HG Wishing Wells would carry on a joke this long, nor would he lie so blatantly. And even if one of the other admins would...
Tips on how to draw. I would say I am not... Homes or bedrooms? I would say before learning how to draw like a very specific thing, you should learn how to draw the fundamentals. My advice would be... I'll be right back now. Where is it? Where are you? Where are you? Where's it? Oh, it's up there. Where are you? No. So my advice, personally, would be to get this book, Space Drawing Perspective, and it very much helps with like actually learning how to draw perspective and stuff, and understanding why certain things work and why certain things don't. So like things like this, kind of breaking them down. Highly recommend this book in particular when it comes to perspective drawing. And then another book I would recommend is the Dynamic Bible by Peter Han. It's right here. This is a great book on just the very fundamentals of just drawing. And like how to actually draw spheres, ellipses in perspective, shape manipulation. Things like geoforms. Yes, I would highly recommend Peter Hahn and I forget the like relationship or the relationships between shapes, and using those shapes to construct actual things in real life. And so things like that are very helpful. Boxes in space, very good exercise. Applying a fisheye lens and whatnot. Yeah, just kind of like things like this. Highly recommend this book. It's not too thick. It's kind of big, but it's still pretty good. Not the cheapest books, but they're not too expensive if you are looking to buy something like that. But I'd highly recommend those books if you wanted to do more just kind of construction and perspective stuff. Anatomy, what I actually, for anatomy specifically, there are the Morpho books, which are they're not so much anatomy, but kind of other stuff. But more, again, body. You have a skeleton and bone, hands and feet, and it focuses predominantly on just hands and feet, muscled bodies, mammals, and things like that. And there are more books. These are only like I think half of the series. But those are really good if you want to do some more anatomy studies. Pretty much, they're predominantly images, and they just kind of give very simple explanations for how those things work. The relationship between, like, I think for Foley in particular, the relationship between how a body interacts with an actual piece of clothing, like why certain things go in a certain direction, things like that. So yeah. But yes.
It's just all too strange. I also want to point out, as soon as you figured out that guy was an admin, you switched into that voice.
Well, I was also like, oh my god, I have 3 voices I can do, and I'm like, now they're bringing in a 4th guy. Oh boy, here we go.
here we go. He's always the stereotype. October 30th, 2014.
Okay, yeah.
Last night I had a
Pinterest is not, well, Pinterest unfortunately has a lot of AI stuff, which is not what I would recommend. I would recommend, let me think, what would I actually recommend? I wouldn't recommend, there's a new kind of thing that is similar, I think, to Pinterest called Cosmo. And I think there's a significant lack, I would say, of AI stuff. I don't know what this is. What is this? Anyway. Yeah, something like a, it's a bit more artsy, but it's definitely a lot better because of the lack of the AI stuff, but, here, let me link it. Might as well. Some good stuff, I would say. Yeah.
buddy of mine delivered the mail to my doorstep in exchange for some coding work on his flash site. I'll do just about anything to avoid leaving the building. But that's not the point. The point is that I received an envelope with no return address, and I immediately knew who it was from. That's interesting. The little side notes about him being afraid of people and stuff like that. Yeah, he didn't really present it in context. It just kind of comes up.
It feels like it's very intentional the way it keeps getting jabbed in.
Yeah, yeah. It was old. Very old. Like it'd been sitting in a dusty attic for decades. I opened the stained envelope only to find a smaller manila envelope inside.
Yes.
Also rather old looking. Inscribed on the small envelope was the word necrosleep, and a word of advice on storing the packet in a cool, dark place for maximum potency. The words appeared to have been stamped onto the envelope rather than printed. I opened the small envelope, and sure enough, there were 30 black pills inside. More crude than what you might get from your local pharmacy. Now, before you all start freaking out, I'm not going to take these. At least not until I can dig up some more reliable information on them.
I hate him.
There it is.
I hate you so much, Reed.
No, I know that these Russian dope dealers were just trying to send me junk mail. The question is, why would they send me the pills if they don't actually work? Surely they must want my money, which they wouldn't get after a failed 30-day trial. What if they're trying to kill me? I never did have a good feeling about any of this, but the curiosity is killing me. This guy just needs to be shot. I can't stand him.
Also, I like that they're black pills. It does make it seem like Reed's just going to become an ultimate doom pillar.
Yeah, he takes
it,
one.
he's like, what the point?
Billions must die. Yeah.
What's even the point? I'm not even trying to figure out this.
You know, like, give me one. Okay, sorry. When it comes to gaming laptops, not super familiar. When it comes to gaming PCs, I'm somewhat knowledgeable. I have built 2 of them. My advice, but when it comes to laptops, I haven't really used a laptop in a couple of years, just because I've been using my my 2 PCs. There's one down there, you can't really see it, but I have one right there. So, yeah, I'm not too knowledgeable about laptops. When it comes to PCs, I would say I'm pretty decent, or customized PCs. So, yeah. But, you know, I mean, prices in general are just so expensive right now, so I would say if you're on the go a lot, I would definitely recommend a laptop or a gaming laptop. I can always ask my brother-in-law. He's I would say knowledgeable about him, so I can always ask him. But gaming PCs, I'm a bit more knowledgeable than laptops, though. Would be my answer. Yeah.
Billions must die. I mean, October 31st, 2014, Halloween. It just occurred to me that I completely overlooked something. I never researched Dr. Hale A. Stan. Oh, perfect. Here he comes. The guy who apparently had something to do with necrosleep. So I did a quick Google search and found, much to my surprise, that he had his own article on Wikipedia. The article states that Dr. Stan was a Ukrainian scientist and physician. He claimed to have been directly involved in the experiments portrayed in a 1940 motion picture which documented Soviet research into the resuscitation of clinically dead organisms. Here's an excerpt from the article. This is this thing about the dog heads is real, by the way.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm looking at it right now.
The video is a real video they did, which is kind of graphic, but they took dogs' heads that had been decapitated and they pumped them with blood to get them to temporarily be alive, or at least look alive. And they reacted to noise and they flinched.
It's pretty unsettling. It's very unsettling.
Drawing games, not really, to be honest.
Dogs, I would say it's kind of.
Well, yeah, but just the flinching and stuff. I don't know.
Not really, I would say.
Stuff like that. Yeah, it was. The idea of the experiment was that eventually, if we better understood, like, what keeps people alive, resuscitation, there could be a way to save people. There was a theory for a while that if someone had like a chronic disease, like a cancer or something that was riddled their body and they die from, could there be a way to perform like a head transplant if this worked, right? Stuff like that, which is an interesting idea, but pretty.
Problem is, most drawing games are not really.
The motion picture experiments in the revival.
The problem with the concept is it kind of. It doesn't take away from like learning it, but to me, I would say it's kind of like with Duolingo with language. It gets to the point where it's like, to me, I would say, in my opinion, it's better to make it a routine, so that routine aspect is decent. But the problem is with a drawing game, I would say. I mean, you're not always going to have fun drawing. That's the reality of the situation because you're not. This is my opinion. You're not always going to have like drawing is never always going to be fun all the time. You are going to have lulls and peaks and valleys of oh, I don't want to do this but I got to and stuff like that, or oh, I'm just not feeling it. That's fine. So I would say having fun, I would say, is maybe a good reminder, but I wouldn't consider it a good fuel. I would say just setting time based on whatever your schedule is. It can be 30 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour, or whatever you have, and just dedicate it to like one thing. Or just like for example, if you have the drawings, you only try and get the very, very basics. You don't do any detail, no color, no value, just is the perspective correct? And that's it. And just do that for a couple of things until you start to feel it's a little bit better. And then maybe you go back and visit them later, or you try something a little bit new. For me, it's a little different because like right now, it's mostly just because animation takes a lot of time, so it's something you have to kind of dedicate yourself to. But if it's just drawing, it's not as time consuming. Because I feel like my illustration skills have been somewhat diminishing, or at the very least, I haven't practiced them enough, so I'm feeling rusty on them, which I do want to get back into. There's a couple of other things too, but to make drawing more fun, maybe try a challenge or something like, oh, what am I not good at? Maybe it's bird feet and just try and focus on like bird feet or something. Maybe you're pretty decent at drawing like a dog face, but you're maybe only good at drawing one kind of dog face. So like maybe a hound style dog, but not maybe a pug or a a hound that has a medium-sized snout with floppy ears, but maybe more of a husky with pointy ears and more of a slender snout, or things like that. But focus on like one thing at a time. Don't go try to do everything at once. That never really works. But yeah. But also, but if you're looking for things to probably make it more fun, I would say maybe I'm not too sure, but like maybe you can find a group of friends and draw together, go somewhere and just try and draw what you see in front of you, or just kind of do things together like that. Yeah, things like that I think help.
Medical experience conducted on canines, one of which involves keeping a dog's decapitated head alive with a primitive auto-jector machine that supplied it with oxygenated blood. The operations in the film were credited to Dr. Sergei Prakhoninko. However, Dr. Haley Stan incessantly claimed to be the one who really conducted the experiments and invented the auto-jector.
Yeah.
And they only credited Prakhoninko because Stan was sentenced to life in prison for illegally conducting gruesome experiments on humans. You know, like you do. He believed that because he had consent from his test subjects, albeit through bribery, he had not committed an immoral crime. The Lenin Prize was awarded to Prakhoninko for the auto-jector, while Stan remained in permanent imprisonment. It wasn't until they discovered the lost footage of his morbid human experiments that they had him executed by lethal injection. His last words, spoken in an unidentified language, died with him. Dr. Haley Stan was rumored to have pioneered a variety of cures for major conditions such as narcolepsy and epilepsy. However, the results were not published in a scientific manner, and therefore the majority of his alleged accomplishments were unverifiable, as well as seemingly
Ignored me. Well, I mean, to be fair, you're the only one chatting, so it's not like I had anything else to do, to be honest. Like, if it was just, chat was just constantly strolling, I might have missed it, but... Yeah, no, I'm glad to ask. I mean, I also would be surprised if maybe they get asked the same kind of question and get kind of tired of answering it, so that might also be a part of it, but...
That his miracle cures are still being practiced and peddled from Russia and Ukraine. Some claim to have received mysterious emails and offers pertaining to Dr. Haley Stan's work.
Have a beautiful day. I hope your
All
fingers never cramp.
investigations revealed no evidence to support
Oh,
these
believe me,
claims.
they always you draw for too long and they always start to. But thank you very much.
The idea there is that he was a healer
Touche.
through witchcraft or like occult worship and stuff like that, and that's why it can never be replicated because the missing ingredient was the magic or the witchery of it.
Mama, wipe my butt because this is stinky.
What?
Did you like that?
What was that?
Just a kind of a way for me to signify that I thought that was just stinky. Didn't really like that.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, you're being good. I will admit, this is good, Hunter. Compared to Old Hunter, this is good, Hunter.
I'm trying to keep the. You know what it is I'm legitimately pretty interested in this weird, dark web. I don't really know if the dark web is. How do you think the dark web is really that touched upon in terms of like horror stories? I know that there's some that we've done, but not enough, right? I would say in the grand scheme of things, I
remember the hidden web page and stuff like
I'm not
that.
saying
But no,
that
we
it's
haven't
not
read a
totally
ton.
untouched, but I'm just saying that
Wow.
this idea of
we haven't read a ton.
this idea of like a dark web forum is legitimately creepy. Also, the thing too that's like this is a real thing that could happen in real life. You know, every time that I see the word Dr. Hale A. Stan, I want to drive my fucking fist through my monitor. So I'm just trying to juggle these emotions I'm feeling.
Right. That's fair. And again, I'm going to say again, you're doing good. And I'm proud of you. You're being very brave right now. And I know this is hard for you. But your monitor didn't hurt you. And the story has good elements, like the email, stuff like that, right?
I feel like you could get rid of all the doctor stuff. And if it was just if it was all anonymous people on the internet, to me that's just so much scarier.
Hunter,
with what kind of
I want you to do something. I want you to put your hands forward, like on the sides of your keyboard, and I want you to close your eyes. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Are you doing that?
Yep.
Okay. Now I'm doing the same. So it's like through the screen we're holding hands right now. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I want you to imagine looking into my eyes.
I'm doing it.
And I'm saying, this isn't you. If we could build the world together. Did that help?
It did.
Make you feel better.
I feel better.
That's good. That's good. All right, we'll continue the story. I can't wait to watch the recording back, and you're just like when I did that, just completely bent over, pants pulled down.
Yeah, I'm goat-seeing the camera.
No, I'm looking. Yeah, I'm looking. No, I'm definitely looking for real. I'm looking.
I was doing that. I had my pants down. I spread my ass cheeks open. My asshole was there, and I was singing that song from Looney Tunes that Frog does. Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my rock girl. That's what I was doing.
Yeah,
and I was puffing on a cigar too for my asshole.
Perfect.
I was doing that.
Perfect. Yeah, I couldn't tell a difference. So, you know. November 1st, 2014. I'm holding the pill in my hand, ready to take it at a moment's notice.
I hate you, Reed.
Here he is. Here he goes. I've been thinking hard about this. I know it's not the safest thing to do, but I'm a risk taker. If this turns out badly, I don't have much to live for anyways. Life's nothing without danger. And I want to know the motives
Also,
of these people more than anything.
Don't you stay inside all day?
Life's nothing without danger.
Life's nothing without
Says
danger.
the man who won't step outside of the house.
He's afraid to go outside. Dude, fuck yourself, Reed. Fuck this guy.
She's
fucking
a
hate Reed.
maniac on the floor.
Life is nothing without danger. And I want to know the motives of these people more than anything.
He's listening to Kenny Loggins on his bed wearing sunglasses.
Exactly.
Life's nothing without danger.
Danger.
There's a bed sheet stapled to the window. Life's nothing without danger.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick my nose and put it on my booger wall.
That's like Asmongold's blood wall. think about that all the time. Do you remember that?
No.
He posted a photo of like his old bedroom. He's like, can't believe I started here. And there was blood all over the wall. And someone was like, what's with the blood on the wall? And he replied and said, I used to have a condition where my gums would bleed. So when I woke up in the morning, I would just wipe it on the wall.
Pretty gross.
Like,
pretty,
what the?
Pretty nasty.
The blood wall.
You like that, Isaiah?
It's like, are you an animal? What are you doing?
Yeah,
like,
I know.
That's the kind of thing I would worry about, like a pet rabbit doing in its cage all day. It's like, oh, it got more mouth blood on the wall. What is wrong with you? Oh, I need to know what they want from me. I need to know what I'm missing. There's only one way to find out. November 3rd, 2014. I can't believe it. It's actually working. I was sleeping 3 days and I don't feel remotely tired. Holy hell. I've never felt so focused and stimulated in my life. I don't know what's in this stuff, but it works. I don't know how long it's gonna work exactly, so I'm not gonna get my hopes up. But the claim is that I'll never need to sleep again, ever. So far, so good. So, okay, is he just staying awake non-stop in his room, in his one room, just not stepping outside?
I mean, I think that's the assumption, yeah. Is that he's just like, I'm just awake every day in my apartment.
What a cool reason to stay up for non-stop, to do nothing
Well, life
with
is
it.
dangerous, and it's not life without danger. So.
Yeah.
All right.
Highway to the danger zone.
All right.
No. As he scrapes blood on the blood wall. Take me under your mind. Just thinking about a guy.
Let me just see if I can check something real quick.
Like smears blood on the wall.
It's fucking disgusting.
He's listening to the Top Gun soundtrack, and he just like for 48 hours straight,
Just curious.
he's just sitting up on the side of his bed, like bobbing his head, and like, yeah, life's danger, yeah.
It's gonna be a good day.
Gonna be a big day, good day. No sunlight getting in. Entirely like strobing LEDs flickering to support his stupid little life. He's making me so mad that that's funny. Like,
we really don't even know. I know that he does like odd jobs. I mean, I guess.
He does surveys. He does surveys.
He just gets to like stock up on doing a bunch of like odd jobs. I guess is his motivation.
I guess he's like, wow, I made $110 today. We're balling now. I'm moving up in the world. I got kicked out of my parents' house for smoking crack. Under your mighty wings across the sky. It's like throws up on himself, just leaves it. Take my breath away. He's got aviators on. Cut off.
So just checking some stuff.
With no shirt underneath. Just like, yeah, rise and shine. Time to grind. Gets on this board to talk about how excited he is to do nothing. I hate him.
Reed is a hard to like fella. I will say he gives
change it to the Windows 10 setting. That works.
He does. There's a lot of that where it's like, what is all this?
Okay. Can you hear me in the game? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Yes.
Now you have to set yours up. So I think you press.
He's like, I'm not gonna take this pill.
Because M is to mute. Maybe press M.
He keeps talking about finding
Blah,
more
blah,
info.
blah, blah, blah,
Never typed in the name of the guy. The only information he has to go with. He talks about, yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna Google. What are you doing today? Nothing. You can't type this into Google. And then he does. He's like, yeah, someone was playing a farming game. I don't know. And then 2 weeks later, he's like, oh, yeah, I should probably look up the name of this guy. I wish I could find more info about it.
Dr.
And then
Hale
he gets the pill.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm not going to take this unless I get more info. Oh, I found more info. This guy got executed for doing experiments. Good enough for me. I'm
Just gonna do some quick organizing for the channel, and then I'll probably end stream soon.
Also, to be fair, he didn't say where he found it. He just said, I'm holding the pill in my hand. So it's just after the after he found out about the doctor, it was like, well, what did you even find that made you
Found
say,
out the
okay,
dude
that
was
sounds
like
good.
an occult practicer. He's like, yeah, that's okay. I'll take it. That's fine.
Mail.
So
I
you
guess
can
you
stay
could
up and do
argue, I
nothing.
guess you could argue that,
Then-
that the Hail A Satan supposedly healed thousands of people. So he's like, well, I mean, he did do good work, I guess.
Yeah, in pseudoscience, that's almost definitely right. And here's what gets me: if this guy had a motivation where it's like, oh, I'm trying to take care of my family, and I just need to, I'm going to lose one of these jobs if I can, and I've been
There's only so
working
many
double
hours in the
shifts
day.
and I can't sleep. Only so many hours in the day, something like that, right? Then I would kind of be like, well, yeah, he sees this pill as a way to you know, take care of himself, take care of his family, things like that. But this guy's doing nothing.
Yeah, being a
Then
chronic
A.
He doesn't like the sun.
Being a
Ben
chronic
E.
online guy who admits that he's like, I really don't have a lot going on.
New
Can I
Ben
just
I ain't got a lot
D.
going on.
Yeah.
But also, his whole reason for staying up at
Ben.
night is because he fears day and he fears people. Now he has to be awake during the day.
Rule number 5. I don't need a list. My fucking ways.
I don't need rule number 5. Who needs rules? Not me. Not this guy. My gosh. Okay. I'm just, I can't stand him. Or his blood wall. November 4th, 2014. Still works like a charm after 4 days. But lately, the light's been really bothering me. So I duct tape a piece of cardboard over the window. I never liked that window anyways. At night, I get this feeling that I'm being watched from outside. It's been making me anxious more than usual. It's easy to think you're seeing something uncanny out the window until you realize it's just your own reflection distorted by the cheap glass pane. Anyways, that issue's been resolved. I also found something interesting when I was taking my nightly pills. Until recently, I failed to notice a symbol stamped on the side of the small manila envelope. Yes, the inside. I know I've seen the symbol before. I can't remember where exactly. It's a downward pointing...
Oh my god.
It's a downward pointing pentagram with what I think is a goat's head inscribed within it.
God, kill me.
Wait, this next sentence is even better. Maybe they just reused an old envelope and turned it inside out or something. You know, the people who have the goat head, the satanic pentagram seals from Hail A Stand. From Hail A Stand. That thing I said earlier about just scroll and find pasta of the month. In 2014, this was special. In 2014, this was like, ooh, the devil did it. Because like we didn't have a lot to work on. But now,
also like on November 4th, he was like, anyone else hates seeing their reflection? Anybody else hate looking in the mirrors? I better put a piece of cardboard up so I can't see myself. I'm like, what is this? A pentagram with a goat's head from Dr. Hale A. Stan? Oh, jeez Louise. We better check this out. Oh my god. I just read the first sentence. Read the first sentence of the next fucking post.
November 5th, 2014. Thanks to one of my followers for pointing out something I didn't realize, the emblem inside the envelope was actually satanic symbol. Yeah. Needless to say, I'm definitely not taking this crap anymore. All right. You know what this is? You know what this is? You know what this is? This is cosmic mockery to me. Because in the Delorier invitation, it was like, it was the way I want the satanic, you know, like the right angle, speaking through technology, like the higher order stuff. Like that's what I'm all about, right? But the universe was like, oh, you like that? You like that? Well, how about Dr. Hale A. Stan? And how about he finds out that the pills that make you awake forever is satanic, and his response is, yeah, needless to say, I'm definitely not taking this crap anymore.
Whatever. I'm dead inside.
What? Yeah. Whatever.
Here we go. BG.
Yeah. Needless to say, I'm so mad at him. Not even the story necessarily. It's like I was around in 2014. These were the hits people were listening to. We didn't have a lot going on. I'm not even necessarily mad at him. I'm mad at the character. I'm mad at Reed as a concept. That's what's got me fired up. This sort of thing really creeps me out. I'm done. I wish I would have read that message before I took it tonight. I'll just quit tomorrow. I mean, it hasn't harmed me thus far.
Right there?
And I
Where do I
feel
have it?
great. So maybe I'm just being paranoid. It's just a symbol. Probably a printing mistake or something.
Curious, actually, huh?
What is it?
The printer accidentally printed a goat's head in a pentagram. I'd be more scared if it was a printer
That's
mistake.
already scarier.
That's way worse than someone doing it on purpose.
Hey, what the fuck? Yeah, I was trying to print out Crazy Frog, but it just printed the pentagram with Baphomet's head. What? Boom, boom.
Ding, 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 ding. You know what? Now that you've said that, that's what I imagine this guy knows this time. He said he gets up. He doesn't get out of bed. He sits up in his bed, wipes blood on the blood wall, opens up his laptop, pulls up Crazy Frog, and then listens to the Top Gun soundtrack with shades on. That's his whole day. That's what he needs to stay awake for. Some grace I'll give the story. That I think I'm reaching here. But maybe with his mention of paranoia, like looking out the window and stuff like that, maybe he wants to stay awake because he's afraid that someone will watch him or come to him when he goes to sleep.
Hold on. Do I have it in...
So, maybe. But screw that. I'm not messing around with demonic affairs. No way in hell. I'll get it, hell's capitalized. Get it, Hunter? Get it? Like hell,
What the heck?
like the place, because now it's demonic. Get it? You get it. November 6, 2014. Over the past week, I've been taking one of
Where'd
these
it go?
pills at
Hold on.
exactly
What's
10
going on
p.m.
here?
each night. I planned on stopping the pills tonight, but around 10:30, I started getting this horrible headache, and it got progressively worse. I was thinking maybe it was just me adjusting to suddenly going off necro sleep, so I waited another hour, and I just couldn't take it anymore. I took another pill. I know I could quit if I wanted to, but I'm starting to think that there's no reason to. I mean, I don't have to sleep anymore. I've been feeling energized. I should just man up and stop being irrational. Yeah, you're being irrational now. I like this. I know it's demonic, but I'm starting to think there's no reason to. I'm starting to think I don't care about that. That's fine. November 9th, 2014. I've been making a killing with all this free time and newfound focus. I've made $5 grand in a single day of trading virtual property. That's not including my online poker proceeds over the last week, which are through the roof. Suddenly, I have this intuitive grasp of numbers that I never had before. I've been living my life in a daze until now. They were right. This really is changing my life. So it's like it's like
pill or something.
The limitless pill. It's like the Hail A Stan limitless pill with a little goat on it.
Yeah, the Slender Man limitless pill is what it's pretty much is what this concept is. Pretty fun. Also, November 11th.
November 11th. Here's a rather peculiar story for you guys. I was sitting on the couch, minding my own business, when I noticed a couple of gleaming eyes staring at me from the dark corner. Please have horns, please be the devil, and he just writes it off. I thought nothing of it, knowing it must have been Twig skulking about. Oh yeah, he had a cat that hasn't come up this whole time.
I told him the cat, the bald cat.
Yeah, he hasn't mentioned it once. He set it up in the beginning because there's going to be some payoff with it dying or being one of the headless dogs or whatever. He doesn't mention it.
Where the heck did it go?
I thought nothing of it, knowing it must have been Twig skulking.
Yo, what up, space lover?
Cats have reflective eyes. Who else would it be? I looked away, and at the very same moment, I felt it. Twig's wrinkly little self curling up next to me. I looked back toward the corner.
It's weird.
His beady eyes still fixed upon me, with Twig clearly at my side. I blinked, and the eyes were gone. Man, my brain's really trying to screw with me. It had to have been mental. Yet I remember it with such lucidity. Come to think of it, I should have known it wasn't Twig from the start. Cat's eyes don't glow red. Red glowing eyes. He just didn't think anything.
Hold on.
You know, lucidity is a big word for Reed. That took a lot. I'm proud of him for that one.
Lucidity is a big word for me too, so me and Reader are in the same.
Hang on, I gotta check something real quick.
Anyways, let's hope it was just a freak brain malfunction. After all, what else could it possibly be?
Could it have been my little person neighbor that just snuck into my house? Like, what are you talking about, Reed? Sorry, my brain's kind
the
of
leprechaun. He keeps asking for my pot of gold, and I'm trying to gamble it away.
Sorry about that. What's up? What's up?
November 12th, 2014. I'm gonna run out of food eventually. Obviously, I could go to the store and restock myself, but the thought scares me. The thought of leaving the safety of my apartment, the thought of social interaction, I now dread it more than I ever have. I never have preferred going out to stay in,
Okay,
but I've never
weird.
dreaded it this much. I wasn't always so terribly afraid. None of my instant messenger friends have been online lately, and they stopped upvoting my blog post. Who's going to get my groceries if I have to go out there? I shouldn't be panicking like this, honestly. Being stupid.
Hold on.
Stop panicking, you idiot. Stop panicking, you idiot. Stop panicking, you idiot.
I just want to say that that little section of character development or understanding Reed is significantly better than anything. Like even this idea of a guy
that's
getting
weird.
drugs off the dark web and like
I just
going insane.
where the heck did it go?
Is more interesting, in my opinion. But once again, it's not over. I don't know where it's going.
I think third. My brain completely just shot out the
New folder.
I was so checked out
Back.
of this story.
November 13th.
Files. No.
Yeah,
Two.
yeah, November 13th. There we go. Thank you.
Weird.
Yeah, that was more impactful than any of the demonic Hell Stand stuff we spent time on or anything like that. November 13th, 2014. My friend Jake came online. It was a temporary relief that lasted about as long as it took him to say,
No.
I'm not dropping off the food until you agree to get out of the house.
The heck?
That was his offer, telling that I'll leave the house and go clubbing with the guys in exchange for help. I declined out of pure fear. He was worried for my health, apparently. I can't blame him for thinking I'm becoming a feral hermit, doomed to die alone in this pathetic slum.
The heck?
But he just doesn't understand. Nobody understands me. At least I'm pretty sure I got enough food to last till Thanksgiving, if I stretch it. November 15th.
Hold on.
I need to tell you all about a strange experience
What the heck is going on
I
here?
had yesterday. I've been leaving my TV on lately so that the silence doesn't irritate me.
Okay, hold
The
on.
children's show Bucko's Garden was on. You know, the one we all watched as kids until we were
Something
mature
weird
enough to
going on
realize
here.
how mindless and nonsensical it was. Yeah, that show. He was playing in the background on my boxy old TV in the corner. Eventually, it distracted me, and I found myself zoning out into it for lack of better things to do. It must have been a Thanksgiving episode, considering Bucko, a guy dressed like a deer with a human
The heck?
face. Huh? Bucko's Garden's not real, right? This is made up for the thing.
Sorry about that. Hang on. I'm trying to find something.
A deer with the... No, it's not real.
No.
A deer with the okay. Was in the kitchen preparing sweet potatoes and cranberries. This is about as intelligible as the show gets. Things got a bit weird when he decided to let the anthropomorphic cranberries go into his garden at the last minute.
Hold on.
As if they were captive insects.
There's no way I just got rid of
Sweet
it.
potatoes weren't so lucky. Bucko sent his bird
Okay, no.
friends to retrieve a pumpkin pie from the pie tree, and his squirrel friends to collect gravy from the gravy cow, who coincidentally regurgitates mashed potatoes to boot. I told you the show was weird, but that's not even the start. I didn't realize something was off until Bucko pulled out a knife. A full-fledged razor-sharp knife that you wouldn't
heck?
expect to see in such a benign show. With his other hand, he opened the oven.
Did it get
and pulled
corrupted?
out. Not a ham, not a turkey, a roasted human fetus. Mother of God. I couldn't even believe what I was seeing.
The heck?
How on earth could this be allowed on television? Were my eyes deceiving me? I don't know, but I turned it off as soon as he started cutting into it. The gore was too much, even for me. Still having a hard time believing what my own eyes
The
clearly saw.
hell just happened?
Couldn't have been dreaming. I haven't had so much as a nap in 15 days. I don't even know. Maybe something's wrong with me. I've been forgetting my PC login password. Even after I changed it to something else and wrote it down, I forgot where I wrote it down. Where I wrote it, forgot it down. I can't even think properly now. I like this so much more than the demonic stuff.
Yeah, I've been writing down
like
some
him seeing
notes
stuff
of this
in the
just to keep
TV.
This is a more interesting.
What the heck just happened? I could have.
I didn't want to derail the story.
Okay, all right. November 18th, 2014. I'm not gonna lie. I'm scared out of my mind.
Did I just lose my thumbnail file for some reason? What the heck?
First shower in weeks.
This has never happened. What do you mean not found? What the hell's going on here?
Instead, I saw it standing behind.
Not in my recyclable folder.
Staring, completely motionless. I froze and panicked more than I ever have in my entire life. I swear. You don't know true fear. You don't even have a clue.
Okay.
I can still see it engraved in my mind. The face, it was demonic. It was gone as soon as it came. I'd say I was just imagining things, but it felt all too real. I'm not going into the bathroom ever again.
What just happened?
Just go in the kitchen sink or something. I can't handle this. I wonder if these pills are screwing with my head. I need to stop. I need to stop now. I don't even feel safe in my own apartment anymore. I feel like the shadows are watching me. November 20th, 2014. I tried to stop the pills again, but I had a change of heart at the last minute. Something told me not to, like a voice in my head. I just feel like it would be wrong and somehow my life would fall apart if I stopped. I don't think this is normal, the way I'm living, but I can't imagine it any other way. I can't imagine stepping out into the light or even the moonlight for that matter.
What the hell just happened?
Messenger contacts have been offline since Jake talked to me last. And I don't know if my food will last another week. Twig's getting pretty skinny since I've been eating her cat food to stretch my supplies a bit, but she'll be okay as long as someone comes online by Thanksgiving. Speaking of which, nobody invited me over for Thanksgiving dinner, not even my
What do you mean
family.
it's not found?
That's okay. I hate my parents anyways. Screw them. Yeah, this is an infinitely better story right now. November 22nd, 2014. I've been hearing more voices inside of my head. Horrible voices. It's really scaring me and I don't know what to do. Is it some sort of side effect or something? I can't hear myself think sometimes. Like I'm losing control over my own thoughts. And these thoughts I have are so dark. It's not like me to think that way. I would never hurt anyone. I'm not like that. I tried going to necrosleep.net again just to see if there's something I missed about side effects. It said the domain's no longer in use. The site was shut down. I don't know what to do anymore. I'm terrified of myself. November 24th. Knock, knock. I yelled through the drafty door asking who it was. It was my friends, Jake and Douglas. Apparently they wanted to help me after seeing my blog post of distress, but sure enough, it was only under the condition that I open the door and come out. Very suspicious. How do I really know I can trust them? I know I've trusted them for years, but what if they were just earning my trust so they could pull something more sinister later on? What if they give me drugged food? What if they stab me when I open the door? It just occurred to me that I have no real proof that I can trust them. I can't even trust myself anymore. I don't even know who I am. Maybe my whole life I've been a sadistic freak and I didn't even know it. Maybe my true self is just now coming out. Maybe everyone's evil. This is so much better. This reminds me of, what was the story of the guy who everyone had been replaced by aliens or whatever?
Yeah.
And he was in his apartment. You know the one I'm talking about?
Yeah, I can't remember which one it is, but I know which one you're talking about.
Psychosis. That's it, yeah. This is very similar to Psychosis. Yeah, I like this a lot more. It'd be so much easier if you just took out the Satan stuff, like all mentions of it, and then you just throw in earlier in the story, there's a blog post where he says something like, I'm afraid of what happens when I go to sleep. I'm afraid someone will come. Just give him a bit more paranoia and let him say something like that on the internet before the invite shows up, as if it detected him say something like that, you know?
I think, yeah, I have a bunch of stuff written down. I'm just going to wait till the end.
Okay. November 25th, 2014. The voices won't stop. I used to think they were malevolent, but now I'm not so sure. Sometimes it feels like they're trying to liberate me. They want me to listen to them desperately. They show me things, horrible things, and yet these things don't seem horrible to me anymore. I'm numb. I don't feel anything. But I know there's one thing I could do to make me feel again. Part of me says it's terribly wrong, but the voices tell me otherwise. The voices are friends now. The demons are my friends. All right, final post, November 26, 2014. Twig's in heaven now. I had to do it. I had to know what it tasted like. It was good. It was satisfying, but I need more. I thought I'd never leave this room again, but I don't have a choice anymore. I need more of it. The face is getting angry. The voices are getting angry. My head hurts so bad. I need more. It hurts so much. I need more. They're hurting me. I need to feed them more. They need more. I need more. I have to make it stop. I need more. I need more. Make it stop. Police report, part 1. Thanksgiving, November 27th, 2014. Victim, Paul Murdoch. Aggressor, Reed Murdoch. Police arrived on the scene after a frantic 911 call from Margaret Murdoch, confirmed to be the aggressor's mother. The victim, Paul Murdoch, the aggressor's father, was found in the process of being mauled and cannibalized by the aggressor, Reed Murdoch, whose face and mouth was covered in blood and brain matter. Reed was shot dead after refusing to stop eating his own father, whose skull was torn open entirely. Drug use is suspected to be involved. Police report, part 2, November 29th. Reed Murdoch's residence was inspected thoroughly by investigators. A hairless, headless, and disemboweled cat carcass was found on the kitchen counter. The cat's blood and bodily fluids were spilled throughout the house, while the head was found crushed, the brain having been completely removed and nowhere to be found. The apartment was clearly
Okay, so for some reason my file is just gone.
given the foul and uncleanly nature
I
of the place.
don't even know how.
An old
It just disappeared. Apparently, it did not save, or it's just completely inconsequential. Okay. So I have to remake that entire thumbnail from scratch again. Okay, well, it makes no sense, I swear to God. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to end stream there. Okay, everyone have a good day. Oh, see you tomorrow, or something like that, yeah.
No, droid.
I docked it, don't worry.
Like if you had a standard air tank, wait.
Bro. Is something wrong, Puffer?
No, nothing's wrong.
What, bro?
Okay.